Hello? Okay, awesome, it's working. Again, I've been playing with all the settings, so let me know if something seems off. Like I was saying in chat, it took me a little bit longer because I was trying to figure out what was wrong with my mic because it didn't seem to be registering and it simply wasn't plugged in. So sometimes it's a simple thing, not my computer conspiring to make everything sound like it's recorded in front of a jet engine or something, which it does from time to time. Yes, that is also welcome in, Christian. So that is kind of why I decided to stream now. I was considering doing like an Animal Crossing marathon to finish up my island. And then they dropped the patch notes today, so we're going to go over everything that's in the patch notes. We have a date now. And then also just like prep for the update since it's coming really soon. We had a tweet that came out that I didn't cover, but it was just explaining, you know, the challenges, asking for ideas. I like the way the little text bubble that just came up made it look like the cuttlefish was saying it. And yes, on the day the update comes out, my plan is to just stream it all day, unless something comes up. We'll start sometime between 9 and 11. I make sure that the update actually has dropped when they say it does. They said it's coming out at, 9 a.m. So I'll download the update and then I hard restart my Switch to give it the best chance of stability. So once I have that done, then we'll stream it. I know last time I was a little bit on the later side, like I started 10-ish, because I had other things in the morning. So provided I'm up and the update drops, then sometime between 9 and 11 we'll start, probably towards the earlier side. But we'll see. I think it's going to be a smaller update, but typically update days, I have streamed like 9.5 hours on the first day, 7.5 on the second day. But this will be, I think, a smaller update. So we'll see how much we can do, where the time locks are, things like that. Is sound okay? I feel like it's reaching the right area, but I'm not sure. The game sound looks like it might be really low, but as long as you find that balance, I guess. So here are those patch notes that we got. Let's make sure. Yes. That also took me a little while because OBS decided to delete my, well, not delete, it just didn't recognize all the prep I did yesterday. So we redid it today. So I'm gonna switch so that I can actually read it because I feel like those are gonna be small. Maybe they could be, because this sidebar we probably don't need, so I could take that sidebar in and then, oh, I guess it doesn't get that much bigger. Oh, oh, neat. I found a shortcut to hide all of Firefox. That's cool. Yeah. Hang on, getting water, and then we'll read through these. Okay, so let me squish my window so I can, oh no, that doesn't help. Chat is also in a window, so I want to make sure I can see that too. So the patch notes are what comes out shortly before each update, where they tell us everything that's going to be in it, the major things, and then also bug fixes. And very often there's a little bit more that they don't tell us in the patch notes, but this gives us the most official, most detailed information about the updates. So these are the updates for the DreamSnaps update, the summer one, the next one that we are getting, and it just came out an hour ago. So it says it's almost time to sugar rush into our next update. Mark your calendars for July 19th, 9 a.m. Eastern. So July 19th, today's the 17th, so that would be Wednesday morning if you're in East Coast time. That's the time zone I'm in the US. So 9 a.m. the update drops, that's when you can download it, and that'll be the same globally. So we all get it at the same time. Sometimes it takes a little bit depending on platform and network traffic and things like that, but around 9 a.m. you should be able to download the next update. So Wednesday, I'm planning on streaming it all day. Whatever we have, we'll look at all the different features, try to figure out what else is there. I think this may be our first update where we don't also have a star path, and we're past the potato stuff, so I don't know if there's going to be something else hidden in there or how this is going to work. So it's a different kind of update for us, so we'll see what it is that we can find. In addition to sweet new content, you can expect a variety of bug fixes, improvements, focus on improving quality of life around the valley, better efficiency hovering around, and Switch specific performance improvements. I'm always nervous when they say that. I'm nervous reading any set of patch notes because I feel like there is always, here's some good things that you want, and also we took away some things that you really like. Oh, my voice this morning. Rather, afternoon. All right, I just tried to scroll the window with my Switch controllers. So new content and improvements. This is the stuff that I think we're most excited about. So flex your creativity and compete in weekly community-wide photo challenges with DreamSnaps. This is the feature that we've been hearing little bits and pieces about. I'm still waiting for, I don't know that this is the blog post about how DreamSnaps works, so I think we're still waiting on that. Each week, earn a variety of prizes for participating, including moonstones, furniture, and clothing items. So it's not just moonstones, you can also win furniture and clothing items. We don't know if those are exclusive, if those are going to be premium shop items, stuff from Scrooge's store. No idea, but you can earn more than just moonstones. We do know from the previous post that you get a guaranteed, 300 moonstones per week for just participating, an extra 50 if you vote on other people's submissions. So you can get 350 moonstones just from trying out the feature each week. They do have a note here. Please note, Touch of Magic clothing and furniture are not compatible with DreamSnaps and cannot be included in submissions in order to keep the feature a fun environment for all players. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Because I'm a little bit mixed, because part of me thought, Touch of Magic stuff would be like you'd probably have a feature where it was like design something Touch of Magic and have it. But I also know, as we saw last stream, that the Touch of Magic tool still has a ton of issues on some platforms, namely mine. And it's not entirely predictable. The other thing I was thinking with this is maybe part of the reason I talked about in some of the videos, the way that other video games that use photo submissions, I just realized that my window is over the captions. There we go. So in other video games that use photo submission things that have scoring, so like Pokemon Snap, Animal Crossing with the wedding event, the game reads in the information based on what's in the photo. Like it counts, okay, you have 12 chairs that are in this style, you have 6 benches in this style, whatever it is, you have enough seating for this thing. In Pokemon Snap, it's like the Pokemon is in this part of the frame, this size. But when it comes to the Touch of Magic stuff, I guess that would be a lot more processing intensive, because it might be able to tell like, okay, it's purple. Maybe it could tell you which motifs it used, but I imagine trying to program that in at that level would be like way more work. And because of the way that we use the motifs to create different images than what the intention was, like you're not just, here's a shirt with a triangle on it or Moana's face on it or something. Like we're combining those shapes and making new pictures out of them. And so it would not be able to kind of read those things in. So I could see both of those kind of being the reason that they're not in there. along with maybe they're afraid of people seeing what other people have made, because there might be ways to make inappropriate designs even though you're not supposed to. So I'm a little bit mixed on that, but like I can understand why that's part of it. So no touch of magic in DreamSnaps at all, at least at this point. Vanellope loads into the valley, loads in. So now we're getting those references to the like the breaking the internet part and things, the video game side, bringing with her some sweet new friendship quests and items to earn. Oh, you've been sick? I'm sorry to hear you've been sick. I hope you get better soon. It sounds like you're improving though, which is good. And items to earn. Okay, so confirming Vanellope is coming. We have heard racing into the valley. Now we're seeing loads into the valley. And so I don't know what hints we might be getting in the way that she's going to arrive. Sweet new friendship quests. So of course we'll have the friendship quests and items to earn. So I wonder what items we're going to get. We're pretty sure we're getting her car, her race car, based on the promo image for this update. I'd really like to see more candy themed furniture. I wonder what her motifs are going to be, what her items are going to be, because we have so much stuff from that franchise already in the game. Keep up with Vanellope with more efficient hovering. The energy drain when hovering has been reduced by 80%, giving you more bang for your energy buck. I'm excited about that because that means that little golden sparkly bar you have that lets you sprint around the valley. And oh no, my character will always be centered, so I can't like, I was gonna do it in game on that side panel, but it won't focus there. So it means that'll go down way slower, which is very helpful. I feel like it was okay at the beginning of the update, and then lately it has gone down so fast. Like all I did was run from Scrooge's shop to the house we've been decorating back and forth, and like my energy was gone. So that would be a welcome, a very welcome difference. What else have we got? The video capture feature built into the Nintendo Switch hardware has been disabled. Helping reduce the frequency of crash rates. The dev team is continuing to closely monitor this topic as they consider further changes to improve performance. Please note, video capture via capture card and screenshot capture on Switch are unaffected and will continue to function as expected. This to me is such a blow to Switch. Like, I knew that there was something wrong. I've seen it in my game when you use the video capture sometimes, in this game specifically, that this game was not, didn't really respond the way I expect it to. The video captures were taking a little bit longer than it seemed like they were supposed to. And so I know that's a thing, right? But this is extremely disappointing because I feel like that was one thing that the Switch had going for it, is that you can do those video captures on the Switch. I mean, other platforms, what is it? I feel like I've seen people posting like 1 minute long recordings from the PlayStation, something like that. I don't know if they're doing it a different way. On Switch are limited to 30 seconds. I know content creators that their entire channel is just from doing the screen capture, the video recording where you push the button. I know that for me, sometimes I'm not playing at my computer and recording, but something happens and I want to record it. And so I rely heavily on that feature. So I'm really disappointed that they were unable to make their game simply function with something as basic as that. And apart from last stream where it was catastrophic failure that had, it felt like nothing to do with the video feature, it felt like it had been improving, and it seems like this would have been something that you would have maybe taken out early on and then fixed it and put it back by now. So it, like, I can understand that maybe this contributes, but to me it's not the direction that I wish they would have gone, because it's just taking more away from Switch players. So I don't know. We've already seen a significant reduction in crash rates from other things, just update to update. So If they take this away, my game better never ever crash, because that's kind of like the next step to me would be no crashes at all. But like, I'm disappointed because there's a lot of players out there that they'll post like quick little valley tours and stuff, and they use this feature because that's the only way that you can kind of record on that platform. So that's disappointing. I wish they had simply found a way on their side to fix it rather than continuing to kind of blame the platform and take things away. General stability has been improved on Switch, and they continue to explore further means of optimization for future updates. So a generic, it should be better. I really want them to tell me what on earth happened with the last stream and with that losing of hours, which has never happened before. The inventory of McDuck's store has received a slight rebalance to reduce the chance of duplicates appearing. You mean we won't be able to like visit our favorite lamp each week? This is a small preliminary tweak as they investigate the topic further, look into changes that could be made for future updates. So something may happen with Scrooge's store. We might start to see new items. I wish they had also said, and there's a bunch of new items coming to Scrooge's shop, because that seems like something that you would put in an update, that we'd have new items that way. But note that we have no mention of new items apart from the ones that you can earn with Vanellope. And we don't know with the DreamSnaps challenges if there might be new items in the prizes there. They haven't told us that they're new or anything, just that they will be furniture and clothing. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see kind of how that works. All right, bug fixes. These can be a really big deal if you are experiencing these bugs. If you're not, then they're far less exciting. So fixed an issue that caused the game to hang on the loading screen for Xbox. Okay, here's a big one. Fixed an issue which caused certain bordered paths to display with flipped borders when placed. So if you've been trying to use the new bordered paths and you're like, this is impossible, why does it look this way? They have finally fixed it in the next update, or at least they think they have finally fixed it. Fixed an issue in which certain item visuals and names did not match in Scrooge's store. I have experienced this pretty much every single time I've been shopping. So I think we've all probably purchased a supposed bed with a long name or seen the wrong picture show up. Fixed an issue in which players were unable to hang out with Fairy Godmother. I thought I had this one, and then I just bugged her enough, and eventually she hung out with me anyway. The Remembered quest fixed an issue in which players were unable to find the Forgotten after experiencing a game crash. I experienced that game crash, and we were able to find the Forgotten. It just took a little bit. I did also I just went through, I didn't realize I hadn't done it yet, but day 2 of update 5, so the Remembering the Last update, the one that we're currently on, I just timestamped everything, so if there is a quest in there from the Forgotten Relics, the Dark Castle, the Remembered, all of that, it is now timestamped, so if you want to go and see how we did it, if you get stuck, you can now just click on the timestamps and go directly to that. Bibbidi Bobbidi Oops quest fixed an issue which prevented players from giving the gathered materials to Fairy Godmother. Hakuna Matata quest fixed an issue that caused the relaxing oasis to disappear. Oh my. Sprouting a story quest fixed an issue which prevented progression in this quest if the storybook was given to Wally in the Dazzle Beach or Glade of Trust biomes. That's bizarre. I don't know what that is. Is that one of the Wally original quests, or is that one of the new Wally quests? An important night at the restaurant quest fixed an issue which prevented a player from interacting with the service hatch. Fixed an issue in which Switch players would occasionally encounter a soft lock when attempting to exit edit mode after editing the valley for an extended period of time. Yeah, I know that one. I think I've seen people experience that on multiple platforms, that kind of, yes, I just did some decorating, I better go save, and you close it to go save and you just get that spinny icon and it never goes away, and sometimes you get a full screen flashing, so It'd be pretty exciting if they did actually fix that. Fixed an issue in which Rapunzel's summer sundrop gown and the swan feather pearl necklace would appear in the Touch of Magic tool. Please know any custom designs using these two items will be removed. Oh, I thought this was a glitch. I knew the necklace one must be a glitch because if you try to make the necklace, your game freezes. Or at least my game freezes. But the Rapunzel dress is the one that I wore for most of Update 5. I think we'll put it on today as a, last time we get to wear it. I'm disappointed they're taking that one away because it works so nicely. I really wanted to see them add more things like that because I think that was a really cool way to use some of the in-game clothing and give you more options without you having to do a ton of work. Because that dress, I like that dress so much in the other colors. I never wear it in its original colors, but the green one, the orange one, the blue one, like they look really nice. Welcome in, and you also made a bunch of Rapunzel dresses. Yeah, I feel like they're a really good kind of intro to the Touch of Magic. I know you can't put the motifs on it, but it gives you some customization. Like, can they please add like maybe a separate customization menu that we could do something similar to like all the in-game clothing items? Because I feel like this showed that it worked really nicely. Yeah, so I don't, aw. I'm sad to see that one go. I think that the necklace one really needs to go because it just crashes your game. Although it does make me want customizable necklaces. I think that would be interesting with more design slots, of course. So this means that a lot of us are going to free up some design slots. I'm wondering how much I should test the game on that point. So say I wear one of my custom Rapunzel dresses. I have several mannequins that are all wearing the custom Rapunzel dresses. What happens if I leave all those there and then I update my game? It deletes this. What is my character going to be wearing? What are my mannequins going to be wearing? Or am I going to brick the entire game? Because I don't know if they've thought about that, but that's something that I'm like, I want to tempt it because I want to see what happens, but at the same time, I know how temperamental the game is and how easy it could be to mess that up, so I don't know, but we'll probably wear one today because I like those, maybe even make a new one. Let's see, fixed an issue on PlayStation 4 in which the design print of certain t-shirts would transfer to newly equipped t-shirts. Interesting. Fixed an issue in which players were unable to track quests from the menu. Oh, there's more. Fixed an issue which prevented the player from changing their avatar's pose in photo mode when welcoming a new character to the valley. I don't think I even knew that that was supposed to be a feature because I'm not sure I really tried to. Fixed an issue in which the wrong input is displayed on screen during the fishing minigame. That would be really confusing, especially if you're a new player. Fixed a rare game freeze that would occur on PlayStation 4 and 5 when signing out of PSN. Various localization fixes, various visual and sound fixes. I know we've seen quite a few visual things that could be fixed. Various additional bug fixes, optimizations, and performance stability improvements. And then they remind us of all their key links and their Trello issue tracker. Let's see if they have anything on here. Things that they think are fixed already, actively working on. Oh, some people still have egg bushes. That's fun. Colors. They're still working on the Stitch quest. Other things. They're still working on Progress Lost following September 15th update. My goodness. That's a lot. Things that they think they've already fixed. There are so many of them. And then aware of issue. Let's look at those just in case, like, oh, I can't. Hang on. I can see them in my window because my window is wider, but yours is not. Let's see. There we go. So forgotten renders without a face. Oh yeah, we've seen that. Okay, so they admit they have not, they are aware of and haven't started working on the critters not dropping rewards. I know I fed the pink alligator again, still not my friend, and gave me nothing. Fed them multiple times, nothing. This says unable to hang out with fairy godmothers here, that they're aware of it, but they also said that they fixed it, so maybe that's different. The display, I feel like some of these were just on the patch notes, so maybe this isn't all the way updated. Anything else in here? The avatar skin texture, some people are turning fun colors. Oh, I haven't seen a blue chest in like days. Yeah, the daylight savings is something that I think we've noticed. And then not an issue, the underwater wallpaper is gone. And that's not an issue? Really? Oh, okay. So that's kind of what we have officially. One thing that I was kind of surprised that they did not address is the issue with the mannequins. And I didn't see it on their list either, and I've submitted it, so I'll have to submit that again. When you use the custom designs and the mannequins at the same time, you don't change into the right outfit, and it's very systematic as to the way that bug works. And actually, I should be able to show you, because we're gonna probably go to my mannequins to put on the new outfit. Let me check let's see if their Twitter has anything. Oh, I can show you the tweet from yesterday though, or Saturday. There was one over the weekend, but it was really small, so I didn't do a whole video on it or anything. Let's see. Where is that one? Oh, I'm in the wrong window, so you can't see what I see. I'll put that here. This one I usually make a little bit narrower. So this was the tweet where they announced the patch notes and the date that we just went through. So Wednesday, 9 a.m. it'll come out. We'll stream it. We'll see what's in there. This is the one that came out 2 days ago on Saturday. So beginning with the DreamSnaps update, you will receive a new challenge each week where you'll be given the task to take a photo that meets specific requirements. So the hint for week 1, we have like a crown, and then on here it looks different. So I saw this on mobile, and the house or castle, excuse me, looks really different on my mobile than on here. So, and then they asked for what challenges or themes you'd like to see, and you could reply to give them some ideas. So what do we think that, let me see. So what do you suppose the week 1 challenge might be, given that this is our hint? So because of the way the castle looked, it looked just like Eric's castle on my phone. I was like, oh, maybe Prince Eric or something, but it's probably something more generic, like royalty, or like royalty and castle or something, or throne room. I guess they would have put a chair for that. I don't know. But that's what we know so far. So Wednesday, 9 a.m. is when it's coming. My Valley is still a mess. So there are some things that I want to take a look at there. But what do you think of those patch notes? Is there anything that you're like really excited about? Kind of wish they had included? Anything that you're concerned about in there? I'm wondering if there's anything else that we should try to make sure that we do before the update. Because I'm thinking maybe a princess and a castle in the picture. I could see that. I'm really curious to see how they do it, because I don't think it's going to be like make a beautiful whatever all the time. It does seem like it's going to be like you need a picture that has like a character like this and a something else like this. Oh, anybody remember what floor all the mannequins are on? Is it just upstairs? One floor? I started adding them because I needed places to take pictures. No, that is the... Wait, I thought they were here. Maybe they're up another floor? Because those rooms are decorated. There we go. You see how slowly they come in? So these are the Rapunzel dress that they were talking about. It's these, and you can make it these different colors. And this is the bug that I was talking about that I was really surprised that they didn't fix. You'll notice I clicked on the blue one, but I am wearing the green one with the accessories from the mannequin I clicked on. And the reason for that is it seems like the game doesn't know when something's on a mannequin. It hasn't tagged it as like, you know, Rapunzel dress design number 1. It just knows custom Rapunzel dress. And so anytime you click on a mannequin that's wearing any custom Rapunzel dress, it only puts you in whatever the last one was that you wore. And it does that across all the custom designs that I have tested. So let me see. I want to see what other color it might be. Oh, you haven't used the mannequin? Yeah, I mean, I had to experiment with them. Yeah, for whatever reason, that doesn't get read in quite the way it was probably intended to work. And that's been so confusing. It took us a little bit on stream to kind of figure it out. Let's create another one of these. What color should it be? I mean, this is basically all you can do with this, but I would love it if they would do this with all of the clothing. I don't think I've done one that's more on the yellow side. Ooh, that's kind of nice. I had kind of the greenish, but also bluish. Or purple. Ooh, dark purple? Very dark purple. I feel like the yellowy gold pieces come through more on some of them. But I like the range of things, and then it makes like the stuff that I get from Scrooge's store like worth so much more to me. Wait, I can't actually... I thought we tried this and you couldn't... Yeah, you can't actually place the designs. You remove that. But you can, like, you can change the color of it and it gives it a whole new look. So you won't be able to do this anymore. So if you want to take a picture in one of these, you want to wear one of these dresses, you have today and tomorrow to do that before they go away. All right, let's put this. Okay, so we know that the tealish one was the last one I was wearing. So if I go over here, I should get these accessories, but I won't be wearing that orange dress. I'll be wearing the one that I just made. Yeah. So that is kind of how that glitch works. So if you've been like, mannequins are so confusing, it's because they're broken. Only slightly though, and only with the custom designs. Yeah, might just delete them tomorrow to avoid bugs. I probably should too, to be honest. There's part of me that wants to leave these and leave myself wearing one of these to see what happens. But I am very afraid of the bugs because the game isn't exactly super stable already, so giving it a reason to be less so, it's tempting, but it's a serious gamble. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save since we have had the game on the last 40 minutes and I have experienced some severe instability. I think since update 5, it had been really, really good. Like stability-wise, I was getting like 4.5 hours between crashes if I was designing Touch of Magic furniture. And then last stream, it was so bad. I've never lost hours of progress in this game. I've lost like a couple minutes. But something happened and I lost my entire everything I bought in the shop, including the fountain tile, 5 custom designs, a bunch of stuff I crafted, a bunch of other things, and it was like 3 hours of gameplay just gone. Ooh. I guess we haven't been outside for a bit, so it's been a little bit glitchy. I don't know what's in Scrooge's shop yet. I haven't been in there yet. I just kind of turned on the game and started streaming, so we can do that. I'm on the Switch, so like I was saving the entire time. Like that's programmed into me to the point where I play other games and I am constantly looking for a save button. But we had really great stability since the last update, and I had never seen it do that before. And then all of a sudden it did that, and I was like, what? Like things that like you typically know if you play on the system. Like we joked about it because it's usually it would crash every hour and a half-ish. And we just use that as like the stretch and water break, and you lose hardly anything and it's no big deal. So I had a good idea of what may or may not have been saved, except that I had seen some weird things on the screen that made me go, I wonder. So that was a one-off, like, what on earth just happened event. But I've tried to play since and just kind of check some of the things. And I have been able to save custom designs since then. It still hasn't hit kind of the stability that it used to have. But it has gotten a lot better. It hasn't done that again to me to quite that degree, although I have lost a few others. Even after, you know, you come out of it, you're walking around on top of your custom rug, you save, you cloud save, you go play some more. I have had it then crash and that rug disappears.
Thank you kindly.
So that's where I'm gonna do a few hard restarts on my Switch, like turning it all the way off, things like that before Wednesday's update to try to give us the presumably the best stability that we can. I'm a little disappointed about losing my water tile that I had never seen in game until then. I think I already, yeah, I do have that. So I don't think any of the fixes that they mentioned have anything to do with that, but I kind of hope that that doesn't happen again. You can never cloud save? I mean, mine says that it does. I don't know if I always believe that it does. Oh, I thought these were black arm warmers, not not cream gloves. I thought the cups were on the other part. Yeah, those clothes are not very exciting to me. If you can't cloud save, can you still access like the Moonstone chests and the premium shop and stuff? I had several days there where every other game could connect to the internet, no problem. Like I could go play Animal Crossing online, but this game was like, no internet, can't. 90 days behind. Oh my gosh. It just works every now and then. See, mine, I feel like mine only works if I definitely have to force it to, you know, when you click on the button to tell it to do it. But no other issues. I mean, if you're only playing on one platform, then, you know, I guess you're fine, but that's also super weird. Like, not surprising for this, but I wonder why it does that. I know on PC, I think since the update, people were having a lot of trouble with the cloud save functioning. And it made me really happy that I hadn't tried to play on both. I keep wanting to because I want to have some of those controls in the designing, but now that my design slots are full, you know, not as big a deal. Right, that's staying there because I don't know if I can pick it up without ending up in the house. I think I'm gonna leave the Night Thorns just in case we need them for a quest. But other things, I'm thinking... Oh yeah, I was trying to film custom rug tutorials when I was testing the system. I don't know, like I have a tutorial filmed on this, but is that worth it? Like, do you want to see like a speed build of this rug? I wanted to make it like you had a blanket out and then you had like a tea towel in the middle where you set up like your picnic stuff. I'm not sure if I achieved that with this design, but that's what I was kind of going for there. And that one is recorded. Oh. Well, enjoy your lunch, Christian. Um, very pretty. Thanks. I had one that I was kind of excited about finally figuring out how to do, and then it turns out, because I have just a push button to record, and it turns out I did it backwards. So I have saved the part right before I made the rug and right after, but not the part in the middle where I actually made it. And then I have recorded another rug, which was one of my favorites because it was just very maximalist and stuff I haven't done in game yet. And I recorded it, but the game, that was the one that the game disappeared for me. So I don't actually have it in game anymore. Oh, let's smash this. So what types of things do you think we should do to prep for the update? I'm thinking, I should probably, like, I haven't picked pumpkins in a while, so I should maybe do a set of pumpkins. But I was also thinking I want to plant a bunch of sugar because I think I'm kind of low on sugar. And it feels like Vanellope's gonna want candy, that we're gonna end up with sugar-based quests. I wouldn't be surprised if we have to, say, craft that new candy road path that we have. Because it just kind of showed up one day with the last update, and we haven't really done anything with it. At least I haven't. And you have to have candy to make it, and you need the sugar to make the candy. So part of me wanted to, like, make a bunch of candy ahead of time, but then I'm concerned that they're gonna, like, word it in some way where it's like, make 10 fresh candy or something. Or pick sugar. I know those are more Star Path things, but that's where I'm thinking I should plant a bunch of sugar, which grows on the beach, I think. So we can do that. And then should clean up. We could try to make the racetrack again. That's what happened last time, is we got pretty far through making custom rugs that look like a candy racetrack, or at least got the concept down. And that's when I had the crash and lost some things. So if we get done with the other things, that's something we could try. I don't know where I'm gonna put her house if it's a normal house. I wish I had a better idea of how big it was gonna be. Because it is a volcano, but it also looks kind of tiny. She's kind of tiny. So it could be a normal size or something kind of small. I went to go pick up my fox because I thought it was an object. So I don't know. Where are you all thinking you might put Vanellope's house? If it's something that we can put somewhere, because there is part of me that's like, it could be like a permanent structure that just appears, like Elsa's cave does in the next update. It might not. I don't know. But, like, there's part of me that's thinking that that would be something that could happen. I haven't, like, mined anything in a while either. I guess it doesn't matter. Because we did do a ton of mining for the star path, so I'm pretty sure I have enough of that. And we just made a bunch more fiber. And I still have seaweed. I really wish I could unlock all my companions, but I have not been up for the red fox yet in a while. Well, I was up several times and then it kept not wanting to be my friend, and then the animals have been acting so weird, so I may not have been trying as hard this update. So you're not sure of biome, but near the candy house, which you haven't placed yet. Have to finish the star path for sure. Yes, I finished the star path. So I don't have more of that, but that is definitely something to be working on. And the star path will keep going through this update too, so we're not getting a new one there. See, I'm gonna be so happy when these berry salads last longer. I don't have the candy house, but it makes so much sense as to when they released that, because I think a lot of people who do have it will put those two together and kind of make a little candy area or something. My voice is just like in and out. I have to remember to drink the water. I know Stream Elements is supposed to remind me. It doesn't. I don't always listen to it. Okay. Hello, little fox, you're so cute. Yeah. We have this that we haven't shown on stream before. There might be a tutorial for that coming out. It seems really simple, so I'm never sure which ones are kind of worth doing a video on separately. Let's see. Sugar, I'm pretty sure, is on the beach, right? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to dig. Who is a digging buddy we can take with me? No, you're fishing, you're farming. I think my only digging buddies are the ducks. I don't really know how that ended up happening, but... Okay. So we're gonna take Scrooge out of the shop to go dig up the beach. No, I don't want to buy teal cargo shorts. Thank you.
Goodbye now. Toodaloo.
Hey, come talk to me.
Hello.
Right. Well, let's hang out. Let's go dig up the whole beach. Oof. I feel like I haven't gotten as much of that top-down automatic camera view that the game had been giving me all the time before. I adjusted the camera settings, and I feel like maybe that helped. I'm trying not to touch the camera to see if the game is going to do it again, but I think that really did help it a lot. Oh, this was another one? Getting all the sneak peeks. So this was, hang on. Okay, I think my voice is back. So this was a custom rug I made because I've redone the wood tutorial several times, and I wanted to see, could you make it so that you had like a blanket or a rug on top of it? This is the version I have right now, so that might come out. But this is probably where I'm going to plant sugar, so I'm going to pick this up. And then we're going to plant the sugar here. Probably other places too, because my beach is largely a mess. So we need to dig everywhere. I was trying to shoot that, and there was like 2 corn that were like growing here from the last time. I guess for the star path, they were probably seeds I had left in my pocket, and they kept popping into the shot. Okay, what? Oh, maybe I was too close to the shore. I'm holding down the button and it is not continuing. Let's try it somewhere. We're just gonna, we'll block the walkway with sugar. Why not? Just want to make sure it's gonna keep working. There we go. So I'm gonna dig up this area and plant some sugar. How do you think we're going to get Vanellope in the game? Because originally when I was thinking Vanellope, I was thinking she would have such a good realm. You know, all the candy themed stuff would be really interesting, but it sounds like it's not going to be a realm, and they have told us now racing into the valley, and they've told us loading into the valley. And then I've heard, like, I really like the theory that she's gonna be somewhere in the mines, because you had like the root beer thing right when we did our first mine quest to kind of open things up, and you have root beer in the game. We have that part above the Forgotten Lands on the map that looks like a racetrack. And I know I haven't noticed it, but other people say that they've heard like rumblings and voices in the mine. So it could be that she's been like trapped in the mines the whole time. Am I not gonna... Can I not? I can't pick that up. It just lives there now. But yeah, so I could see that. Could see that working. I do wonder a little bit if I think it would. I feel like they could put mini games in with her. I don't think that they will, but like you could totally have some sort of a racing mini game. You could have a design your own race car like in the factory little thing that you could do for customization. Maybe even tied into a little racing mini game. When they said that we'd need to keep up with her, like, and they're changing the way that the stamina works with the gliding, there is part of me that wonders, are we going to have to race her to get her, to convince her to come to the valley, but we're going to have to glide and she's going to have a race car? When gliding first came out and they talked about multiplayer coming, the first thing I wanted to do was like build a gliding racetrack that we could use once multiplayer comes out. And so I'm like, I could see that being a thing. I still feel like she's going to be tied to the phone update / camera update with DreamSnaps, having the like glitch powers and the breaking the internet movie and stuff. Perhaps even in the future, that's how we get to multiplayer. Maybe like her, maybe Wreck-It Ralph when he comes. Maybe they kind of help us unlock that part of things. What other ideas for how she might show up? I mean, I guess you could have like our phones start glitching, or maybe our phones start glitching in certain areas to help alert us to where she is. Come on, it's right there. I do wonder a little bit what other apps they could add to our phone. I really, really want them to do something like HHP, especially now that they're going to be taking away the screen recording on Switch. If they would, in the same update, you know, add with the DreamSnaps feature that you could visit builds, even if it's not the whole valley, but even start to do that, and then in the future, maybe larger areas or different areas. So that way people could still get recordings, because if you were able to like show that off or something, be cool if they made it like the Animal Crossing phone. Yeah, the Animal Crossing phone had so much on it. Can I not keep digging? Oh, we ran into the other holes. That's what's going on. Is Prince Eric kind of hanging around with everybody since Update 5? I just feel like he's been around a lot more. He's also been doing the, if he's not right near me, I feel like he does the glitching in the background thing where he walks the same path like over and over again. Oh, right. This takes stamina. I forgot. Okay, I will eat more berry salad. Watch, I'm gonna plant so much sugar and then somehow, no, that's not, I did not want, I'm so used to going to the furniture tab now. It's definitely not what I was looking for. Berry salad. I'll eat too. Oh, I should make more berry salad just in case there's more things that I need it for. Even though it should be lasting us longer in the next one, since the gliding won't take up as much, which would be really nice. Okay, what else should we be doing? I should probably figure out where I could put her house. I haven't really thought about it. It does depend on the size. I guess nobody really lives in Frosted Heights. I could put it up there, depending on what her other furniture is. Like, we could do a whole candy thing there. I could see her being in pretty much any of the biomes. Maybe not the Glade so much, although I could make that work. It could work on the beach. It could work in the Forgotten Lands, too. Because it doesn't need to be bright. It could still be candy-themed up there. We do have the pumpkin house up there. It's, like, almost creepy, but doesn't need to be. There's that weird, like the far corner of the Forgotten Lands. I feel like I don't have much. We do have mining rocks though. And the tree house. Can I get that one? Ooh, got it. Don't dig up the hole, just add new ones, please. Hey, please. No? Why are you telling me no? We're not that close to the beach. No? How about now? This is probably way more sugar than we need. But I think I used up a ton of it with the star path or something. I just feel like I'm low on sugar, and so if we're gonna have to use it at all, I probably need to harvest more. You're hoping we can move the treehouse soon? I think a lot of people have been feeling that. It's really nice, but it's like right there. Even if I could just scooch it back just a little bit, it would let me put in a little bit more pathing than I want. I think I got stuck here because I have this. This is like my farming chest for this biome. All these coins. I don't think I got a single orb, and I rarely dig because I tend to just reuse all my farming plots. So unless it's something like this, I'm not really making more of them. Let's pick all this stuff up before it loses its sparkle. Oh, this one already has? Or was this here? At least the coins, like, you can always just... Okay, that is... Oh, you can just dig over things to pick them up. I forgot about that. You know what? Let's just do that. I wasn't gonna keep digging. Oh. My character's like, no. Too close to the water for my sugar to grow? Really? I still find it so weird to be planting things in sand on the beach, especially things that, like, I can grow outside, like tomatoes. I don't live in a sandy biome in real life. So it's... Those to me are so strange. Guess we could surround the little cooking station. Okay, we could put one here too. That would be nice. And then connect these. This is going to be a really inefficient farming plot, I think. Okay, that's as close as you can go to the water. I feel like the beach might be the one where you can plant the least stuff because of the water, but maybe not because it is really long. How many holes do you think we have here? I'm trying to figure out how much sugar I need to buy. Although I may have some in the chest. I went around because I was kind of low on Dreamlight, and I was doing the Dreamlight duties, and the farming ones are pretty easy because it's like buy this many seeds from whatever biome. So a lot of my biomes have like a farming chest now that just has the seeds from that biome from when I was trying to get that Dreamlight. I just want to fill this in now. Okay, can I not keep... Oh, we're probably too close to the edge. Okay, I can't fill that in. Let's pick these up, and then I should probably pick the crops that are here. Watch, she'll be like, I need corn and tomatoes. And I'll be like, no, I just got rid of all my corn and tomatoes. So we'll at least save these in the box, because I think I probably don't have very many of anything that grows on the beach, just because I never think to farm down here. And I don't really... Okay. You can see how often I farm down here. This is not full of the seeds that I thought it would be. Yeah, okay. Let's buy and plant a ton of sugar. There's no benefit to me having a buddy when I'm actually doing the planting, right? Even if it's a farming buddy, I don't think they give me anything. They're only useful in the harvest. It's probably like way more than I need. I'm gonna take this one away because it's in my way. Oh great, and now I have corn in my pocket. So we'll let him go because he's digging, so that's not gonna be helpful to me anyway. I'm also going to save because that was a lot of work and I don't want to have to redo it, even though these saves appear to be completely fake. I've had it say fully synced on here, and then you go back in later and it's like cloud save is 3 days out of date or something, but you definitely saved like a few minutes ago. I felt early on like saving was fake, and we're gonna put the 1 corn here so that it's somewhere else. Oh, I need to eat more berry salad too. But now after seeing like when the autosave broke and seeing that all of my saving was meaningless, completely meaningless, it just feels like it confirms the whole like the save button isn't real. You can continue to use it if you want to, but it may not actually do anything. Oh, of course this is the way that we plant. I should probably collect that Dreamlight duty. Can we turn left here? No? Just gonna leave those? Alright, I'm gonna stop, collect that, and fill in this one. Save again, just in case. I wonder how often it lets you do the cloud saving, because I feel like it's only like once per session or something. This is gonna be a lot of sugar, isn't it? Alright, now we can keep going. How much sugar does it take to make candy? Is it a 1-to-1? And then is sugar, when you harvest sugar, is it like a 1 plant gives you 1, or is it like the way like okra, I think will give you 3? I feel like sugar should give you more, but I'm not really sure. It's kind of like I harvested it a few times and then I just use it in cooking and forget about it completely. And then the only thing I've really been farming has been for the star path and then pumpkins, because pumpkins are my source of income in the game. There's part of me every update that is afraid that they are going to drastically change like the profit margins on pumpkins and make them not worth as much or something. Which is where I always want to make sure that I'm in my buffer zone for pumpkins. Oh, it's on the collection tab under ingredient. Okay, I should check on the collection tab. Not that it matters, like I'm gonna plant them anyway, but I am a little curious, like am I gonna end up with exactly the number that I plant, or is it gonna be like way more? So I feel like this might be one of the ones where you get more. I know on the star path there were a few where it was like harvest, you know, 50 of something, so I planted 50 of something and I was done, you know, when I had harvested only like a third of what I had planted because it was one of the multi-yields. I was like, oh, right. But I do have extras of those now. I should maybe have just kept this in a nice big block. Because I've been starting near the edges, I haven't done too much weird Roomba-ing. I swear, my character sometimes in the middle of my pumpkin patch will just make this big squiggly line, and I'm like, how? Now I have to go back and see all the spots that my character missed when planting. What? Why are we doing this? And sometimes you'll aim the camera like perfectly behind them, like clearly we're gonna go in this straight line, and the character's just like playing snake. Yeah, see Eric in the background? Doing his like multi-walk thing. Yeah, we're facing outside. Which way are you gonna go? Oh, okay. This isn't as bad as when it what? We just decided to skip that line back there. Sometimes it just goes in a little box and stops, and I'm like, why? But I wonder a little bit, like, what are the rules? If you do an engineering course, a lot of things are like, they write all the rules for the Roomba. So I think for this one, like, it would be a bit simpler because you don't have walls or anything. But at some point I was like, okay, maybe it's like you go on, if the character's facing this way, that may or may not have any bearing on it. Like, this is actually a pretty nice, efficient way to plant, except for skipping those. But I'm like, is it plant where you, the next one where you have the most options, like the most empty ones around it? Is it in the shortest line, the longest line? And for a little while, I thought I had it figured out, and then it would just do things that I'm like, never mind, definitely not that. Seems a bit more random. See, now if we continue all the way left, we're gonna get stuck because there's no more planting there. So do we turn here? No, we get stuck instead. Okay. I mean, it's pretty efficient to do the short sides because then the camera doesn't have to move as much. And I like that part. I'm gonna save because I remember having to save a whole ton when I was farming a bunch. And I don't know if that's because of farming and because of the time it takes and the things on screen doing stuff, or because I used to farm a lot earlier in the game when it was less stable. It took a little longer than I was comfortable with, but it's fine. Right, where did we leave off? Here? Here we go. Why? Of all the paths, why this one? Yeah. What types of DreamSnaps challenges do you kind of hope that they will do or hope that they won't do? I mean, for the types of challenges they've done on social media so far, we have had, what, the Dream Park one, where it was kind of like use some of the Star Path furniture to create like an amusement park or dream park. And we had like, oh, whoops. Take a like favorite memory with Wally. What other ones have we had? I feel like there were other things. I'm hoping that they're open enough, but also like easy enough to interpret at the same time. That you have flexibility. I hope it's not like take a picture with this specific item that was only found in the premium shop a while ago or something. I wonder how they'll phrase them, if they're going to be like cute and thematic, or if it's going to be like very straightforward. They're going to have suggestions in there. Like if it has a cute name, I'm going to need you to tell me what you actually think. I want to know how transparent the scoring is going to be and how that works. Because I'm assuming it's going to have, you know, the automated scoring to it. But I don't know if it will or if it'll only use that part to kind of see, did you fulfill the challenge at all? Am I not going to be... Okay, there's a clam that's going to live there forever now too. I'm watering this myself, but I am being way more inefficient about it. Did we get all of these? All right. Does anybody know how frequently sugar needs to be watered? I don't remember if it's a multi-water or a single. Oh, need more energy. Yeah, I purchased way more sugar than I needed to. We could plant the entire beach with sugar in honor of Vanellope's arrival. Also, welcome back, Christian. I don't remember if I said that. Let's see. I think those are all watered, so we will save. I didn't realize that that giant tree could be seen from all the way down here. Please save. Okay. So how many sugar did I buy? I bought like 3 stacks. Okay, so we have almost 200 sugar planted there, which I want to say is enough, but there's part of me that's like, it might not be. Let's say you need to do like 100 tiles of the candy path. How much sugar would that be? Let's check. what information we have about in the collections tab. Ingredients. I wonder if we'll be getting more ingredients in updates. Let's see. Oh, it grows in 7 minutes? Sugar is really fast. And it's okay, it is a 1-to-1, so we're not going to be getting multiple from it. I don't know if they tell you if it needs to be watered multiple times or not. Like, where are pumpkins? Since we actually know how those work. 4 hours. Okay, so if it needs, it doesn't tell you in the collections tab how many times you need to water it. I really wish they would add that. I remember early on trying to do canola, and that is like, I was like, I need to water this like all the time for it to work, and we didn't have the wiki when I was starting, and it was just like, what is going on? So there is some info here, but not nearly as much as I wish that there was. We could harvest and replant that then. And then I'd have some on hand and we would have plenty to harvest. Wait, I really need to empty my pockets, so let's go this way. I was like, why did I stop moving? Because I ran into Eric's house. And this was another one. I tried last time to do lace, and I feel like this kind of worked a little bit better. But that one, I don't have the how I made it saved. It's the one where I had the reverse thing happen. We should get the fish. Forgot to do this earlier. I feel like I don't make use of like Moana's boat and Wally's garden as much as I should. You know what? We're gonna also put down the sugar. Oh my gosh. My energy levels are not great. Let's see. Let's go put this in that box that I have specifically for farming. We don't have any in there yet. Here we go. And then empty my pockets into the biome chests, which are, what, over here? Oh, I didn't do it in the... I just have been picking stuff up and forgetting to put it down again in so many of the biomes. Let's go up here then, because I think I was picking stuff up in the forest and I didn't put it back into storage. And that's why my pockets look such a mess. While we're here, pick that up too. What types of items do you hope that Vanellope comes with? That's better. It's not everything, but it's so much better than it was. Let's see if I can find a farming buddy. I think I'm going to do a pumpkin round so that I get my... Oh. I always run away from the bushes too fast when they do this. I forget that they're there. Reminds me we can put these away. Ooh. More things. That's not the button. Which one is the button? This one. Yes, we will indeed be gaining those star coins, so we'll have more Dreamlight from that too. The red chest over here are all the red fruit. I think the first two are my apples and raspberries to put these away. Yeah. Alright, so we could do the small pumpkin patches down here. Oh, I need a friend. Oh. Well, that was unexpected. I did nothing. So the game is back to random crashes. That is an hour and 20, so, you know, kind of back to where it was a while ago. But we'll just restart it. This is also, while this loads up, I'm going to put you on the be right back screen. This is a good time to, like, if you need food, water, stretch, things like that. As long as it didn't lose too much. I don't think I did a ton, but as long as that sugar is still planted, I feel like we're good. And usually that's what happens is like maybe, you know, like the apples and raspberries, they might still be in my pocket instead of being in the chest, but that's usually only about as much as I lose when I get game crashes. Although that one I usually anticipate them, and that one I wasn't at all. Also, we have news from the Discord that in the DreamSnaps, as part of the voting process, in-game names will not be shown to other players. So if that was something that you were wondering about, we're still waiting on that blog post that tells us exactly how it works. So maybe that'll drop tomorrow, or maybe it'll drop the same day as the update on Wednesday. But I'll put you on the Be Right Back, and I will be right back. See, Moana's been waiting for us too. All right. So, oh my goodness. So I was just checking my pockets for the apples and raspberries. And it looks like we're quite a bit back in the game versus where I was expecting to be. So there's definitely something new going on. Okay. So something that's interesting is where that showed up. My golden sparkly bar isn't here either, and I do remember eating this. So we're still... I wonder if the sugar on the beach is even watered? This is weird. I feel like my autosave is... Okay, look at that. Bottom right corner. Do you see the little save icon? It sometimes flashes up, and then it goes away. Let's see if it keeps doing it. I think there may be something wrong with the game, and restarting it might be necessary, because I'm a little like when it... Oh, look at that, they're all sugar now. So okay, that part at least stayed. That was the part that I was most interested in. I don't know why it went back this far though. I feel like it shouldn't. Have to keep watching that bottom right corner. I'm gonna go put all the stuff away that I wanted to put away. But it does make me trust the game a little bit less right now, because I know it feels slightly off of its usual, you know, take a break kind of crashing that it used to do. It's not quite as bad as last stream, but it's still just a little bit, yeah, there's supposed to be a lot of Switch fixes coming in the next update. I am not entirely optimistic, because the main thing that I notice is that they're taking away functionality from the Switch and blaming the Switch platform for the instability. Because at this point, I mean, up until the previous stream, I forgot to put the stuff in the box down on the beach. The Switch performance has been really, really good since the last update, and then we had that bizarre crash. And nothing that I see in the patch notes makes me believe that things like that are being addressed. But also, in order to improve from where I was, because I was only getting, like, I could get 4.5 hours of gameplay with no crashes before. So I kind of wanted to have, like, no crashes at this point after the next update. And I don't feel like that's their aim with what they're doing, but we'll have to see. I really just want to know, like, what is happening with the new style of crash? Because there hasn't been another update, right? Did we get Switch? I don't think we had a Switch update, but if we did, then that could be something that could lead to some of the weird behavior that we've been seeing. Okay, those are ready. We did get that again, so we've redone that. We're gonna save again. Yeah, and you see how the cloud saves are fake? I'm pretty sure I've cloud saved more than... Like after... Yeah, because we've cloud saved during the stream. We've been streaming for 1.5 hours. And so this is showing that the cloud save is from, like, when I first started the Switch up today. So, like, the cloud save button to me, not real. I do it anyway, but it's not real. Wait, I need... What do you do? Are you a farmer? I feel like I haven't seen her out, like, hardly at all. I saw her, luckily, during the update days, but then after that, no. Yeah. Since we're here, I'm gonna harvest and replant the sugar, I think. Oh, the stability has me a little like, oh, should I? Is it all just gonna disappear? But we'll try this. I think I might replant this just in case we have like a you know, harvest a bunch of sugar thing that I need to do. Oh goodness. So some of you know I have a thumb injury, but I'm trying to like bandage less, and so today I'm trying just like a rubber glove, which has worked the past couple days, like just on that finger, with gaming and things. But in this game, the repetitive button pushing for some of it is not, it's not working as well because then it wants to fall off. So like this harvest, not so easy for me today. Oops, I missed. Oh, I should probably pick those up, huh? I always forget to go and do the rounds of picking them up in between so that they don't lose the sparkling. All right, let's do that, especially because these are tiny and I don't notice them. Is there a rock here? Probably should have picked up the rock. Not picked it up, smashed the rock so that it's not in the way anymore. Already, yep, missed the first ones. That was a little bit late, but thank you for waiting until you could throw them right next to me. That was nice. No, I don't need to talk to you. Please don't talk to me. Okay. So yeah, in terms of the Switch patches, I'm curious to see what that does. And then we can be timing, like how long are we getting in between crashes? I mean, it will be on a fresh restart, but we can compare it to kind of the stuff that the performance we had between the last update. Like ignoring the anomaly of last stream. And kind of see how that goes. I'm hoping it's a lot better. I'm hoping we can do like the entire update day stream without having to worry about it. Although honestly, it's kind of good that the game reminds me to like drink water and stretch and things during those longer streams, so I don't mind it as much as long as it's not losing any progress. It's kind of okay. It's not nearly as frustrating as it used to be early game, and you would do like a huge pumpkin, like plant them, water them, you've been saving the whole time, and then the game just like, and it took forever on Switch because it used to be so slow. It's not like fast now, but it is so much better. And then you'd get a game crash and you'd have to do it all again. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. That's where I didn't stream a lot of the early stuff because the game was just not stable enough and so grindy at the beginning. I wonder if I should move this barrel because I'm gonna be running through. I really wasn't sure if I was gonna end up talking to her or picking the sugar. Get rid of these on the end. I have not been bothering with these unless they're on like something harvestable, but in farming it just doesn't feel worth it to me because I am not fast enough to go catch them all. My goodness, already. I wonder what kind of friendship quest we're gonna have with Vanellope too. How come you can put stuff so close to the bridge and I can't? Well, at least we already have our our dropped objects taking up these spaces that I can't reach, so the sugar can't end up there. She took that as a challenge. I can't believe she just took that as a challenge. Seriously. She's like, I found some spots you can't reach. Let me put some sugar there. Of course you did. I need to not say things like, hey, it hasn't crashed in a while, because every time I say that, it it crashes and shouldn't say like, at least things can't land over here. There's so many of these now. I feel like there's definitely been a lot more since they added the like critical event probability with the golden sparkly energy. Okay, I can reach some of those. What's that noise? That's interesting. Let's see. I wonder where the most efficient... This feels the furthest away that I should be able to harvest this entire field in one button push, but I don't know if my character's gonna agree with me or not and go for that efficiency. Oh. Nope. Well, now that I feel like I'm gonna have plenty of sugar, even if I don't replant this. I still might. Oh, I didn't even realize this was the turtle when it was on the sand. I thought it was a rock. I thought it was weird how I wasn't getting stuck on the rock, and that's because it wasn't a rock, it was a turtle. Feel kind of bad for pushing him around now. Turtles are so cute. Alright, if we just do 3 across each, or we can do it this way. This way works fine. I was hoping we'd go 3 back and forth, clear the whole rest of the thing. But we should be able to get the whole field without having to readjust it. I am glad that I seem to be harvesting pretty quickly. Sometimes my character is like, let me pick one up and then think about what I'm going to do next. And there's this huge delay in between, but this is okay. I also, like, the update I really want is let my companion pick these things up for me. Can we do that? Yes, you, my little fox. Could you just, like, pick stuff up for me so that I don't have to go through and do it? I mean, they're adorable. They could also be a little functional. That'd be neat. How much sugar did I end up with? A lot. I ended up with a lot of sugar. I wasn't expecting, like, fill the box a lot. But yeah, we have fill the box a lot of sugar. So I have plenty. Unless there's a quest that's like harvest sugar, which is why I was gonna leave it here, but I think we're gonna plant whatever I have here. After I plant this row, I'm gonna stop and save because just in case it actually does something that feels important. Like I believe you. I mean, this one's fake, but we can pretend. Use all the possibilities given to me. Okay. But I also just don't have any room for these seeds really in the chest anymore, so I might as well plant them. And then I might still do some pumpkins. We could do that, or we could try to make the rug. I don't know. So I think the last time it took me about 2 hours to figure out and make most of the racetrack. Now that I know how to do it, work lurking, do that all the time. But thank you for being here either way. But I think now that I kind of know how to do the racetrack, maybe I could just do it. And it could go faster, but we could also make that its own stream. Maybe once we have her and we see how big the race car is. I'm pretty sure that what I've measured out makes sense and would work. But they have a way of surprising us with the size of objects in this game. Hi, Minnie. I guess I could be planting with Minnie too. She's also farming, I think, unless she's foraging. I still don't understand why the foraging buddies don't give us like extra wood. Oh, I didn't do my darkwood harvest yet. I need to do that. I should do that like periodically when I'm playing so that I end up with more. Oh, I didn't pick up a whole bunch of things she dropped. So we have even more sugar. But then I think we can let some of these holes disappear too, so we don't have the entire beach full of sugar. So I won't buy more just to fill this. Oh, why? Well, I guess this will leave sort of a pathway as long as we turn left up here instead of right. You're gonna turn right, aren't you? Yep, because we're going down here now. That's fun. If you turn right and then turn around, that would be great. Good job. Except I took my finger off the button because I was afraid it was gonna make like a line in front of the bridge and I didn't want that. I guess this works though. Kind of like a border. It's just, this was a filming location for me. Guess it won't be anymore. At least not until I harvest these. We're coming back down this way. Why? There we go. Alright, pick all these up. I'll save and then we'll water those and figure out what I'm doing. Why am I like... Okay. Guess it is behaving normally. It looked like I was doing something weird. Still can't get those. Pick this one up. You know, maybe I'll take something out and just make the holes go away. Because I don't feel like I really need them there. I haven't smashed anything in a while. I wonder if Vanellope's friendship quest will have a good bit to do with the camera too. Right, so we can put away any of that. I've got the other chest over there. Oh wait, we need to water these. Let me save and water them. So I doubt that we'll have any quests that are like water a bunch of sugar, but you know, there could be plant, I suppose. I feel like, again, those are probably more Star Path than like friendship quests. All right. Oh yeah, you can go now. Even though I feel like I hadn't seen her very much. I wonder if the green fires and the Forgotten Lands are going to come back with this update. Because like the stumps and the ice after we cleared them, we had a while without them. And the same thing with the bones, and now they've come back and they're everywhere. Which seems like, you know, it could be good because they are a pretty quick way to get some things. But then they're also just so abundant. Kind of wish I could turn them on and off or adjust their spawn rates myself or something. Because like early game, like when I first cleared them, I really wanted them to come back because they were such a good source of materials I needed. And right now I'm like, there's just so many and they just keep spawning and they're in the way. Okay, since I've watered those, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna take a chance and go into furniture mode. Okay, one other thing that makes me go a little about the DreamSnaps thing. So I know we're all excited because we're going to have another way to get more moonstones, just like we were all really excited when we could finally get a reasonable amount, the 50 in the moonstone chest that I rarely find, right? Because the 50 was really well balanced for the star path. But then when they introduced that, they introduced the premium shop. And so those 50 were well matched when you had the star path, but they are really insufficient if considering the use of moonstones in the premium shop. Now we're adding a new way to get moonstones in the DreamSnaps thing, which I think is good. I think we really need more ways to kind of balance that. and be able to do things and like actually earn more moonstones. Now, do these only work if I leave them here or if I like go like, what? Oh, it was too close to the thing. Do I have enough? I don't have enough space because the objects I have chosen are too large. So we're gonna have a way to earn more moonstones, which should help balance with the premium shop. I still feel like I want it to be a little bit more, but it helps. Absolutely helps, right? But then in Discord, they were saying, now that you're gonna have so many moonstones, we need more things for you to spend them on. So give us ideas of the types of things you'd want to spend them on. And so I'm a little concerned that we're going to have a similar thing where we're always a little bit behind. Where like, yeah, you have another way to earn more moonstones, but it's not going to be kind of like well matched. Which thing? What am I? Why? Why can't I? I'm just too close. That it won't be well matched given the amount of things that you'll be able to spend moonstones on then. And so you always end up behind, which makes sense. Like that's a business decision. But I'm just waiting to see what that ends up looking like. Because say they end up with a bunch more things like expansion packs or like the Wally thing, DLCs, which we know like those things are coming, but like when are they coming? And how is that balance going to work with the amount of moonstones that you end up earning? And is the DreamSnaps thing going to be reliant on premium shop items some weeks that you maybe don't have? So I don't know. I'm always looking for the like, there's probably something else. Just like we saw, at least they told us this time, you know, like, yeah, Switch stability improvements. They've said that every time. Sometimes we actually get that, sometimes we don't. But this time they straight up said, and we're taking away this feature on Switch. I think I need to come out of it for those to save, and then I can go back in and take the rugs out, and the holes won't be there. I've done this the wrong way once, and all the holes came back, and it was like, what? So I'm wondering what other things we'll see like that. I also kind of wonder, listening to stream in the shower. Yeah, so at the beginning of stream, which also, if we have some new folks here, we can go back and look at those patch notes. But yeah, so one of the big things in the patch notes, let me save this. That'll also give my game a little bit of a break in case it decides to take a break. I'm not bothering with the other one. Let me see where it is. So the patch notes came out. We're zoomed in a little bit here, huh? Let me grab that. There we go. So the patch notes came out today. The update is on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. And so there's a couple things. The one that I was just talking about is they say that the video capture feature built into the Nintendo Switch has been disabled. And they're saying because it'll help reduce the frequency of crash rates. And I know I have seen, if you try to use, you hold down the video capture button on Switch and you get the past 30 seconds of video. I know in this game it takes longer to kind of save than it has in any other game I think that I play, and it's always been a little and with some of the recent Switch updates I feel like that's gotten worse. But now in this game you know how sometimes I try to use it whenever the thing crashes or something weird happens. I try to use that button and it goes that little boop and it has the like unavailable right now. Now you're gonna get that all the time because they will have disabled it. So you won't be able to do video capture on the Switch in-game anymore. You can still do like what I'm doing with the capture card. That's what they're talking about with that. So like my Switch is hooked up to a capture card, which is like this little box that I plug it into, and then I can plug it into my computer in order to stream. So that's unaffected, which makes sense because they should have no control over that. They say that the screenshots, so you'll be able to take still images still until it is, you know, if they decide to change that later, they could. But you won't be able to take videos using the Switch itself. So anybody who doesn't have a capture card isn't going to be able to record on Switch anymore. And I'm disappointed with that decision. I think if you're going to take away a feature like that for a huge platform of users, this better be incredibly stable. I want to see no bugs. I want to see no crashes. Because it's, again, I don't love the blame the hardware side, even though like I can see how this could be an issue. I also just see how it's not an issue on so many other games. And so it really makes me wish that maybe they had just built the game a little bit better. And I realize that that would be a much bigger fix, but I feel like we're just, I don't know, just keep blaming the hardware and taking things away. And that's not my favorite overall approach, because I know there are some content creators that they make their videos using that feature because they don't have a capture card because they're really expensive. And so they do 30-second clips and then they stitch them together afterwards. And so they wouldn't be able to do that with this game anymore. And there's a lot of people who aren't streamers but want to share like a quick tour of like, hey, here's this biome, or a quick valley tour. And they use that button, and then you can post it on social media and things like that to share it with other people. And they won't be able to do that anymore. And we don't know yet, but it doesn't sound like DreamSnaps is going to include a recording feature. It's just going to include a photo feature. And so they'll be able to share photos that way, but they could already do that. So I don't love that it takes stuff away. Now, if you could make it so the DreamSnaps feature would also give us, say, you know, if it could turn into like an HHP type feature, like Happy Home and Animal Crossing, so that we could go and visit it, and then like I could go and visit your valley, and then you'd have like a little video of it and stuff. That would be really neat. String together photos like a flipbook. I mean, that could be nice too. I mean, a flipbook would take a lot, but and you can't go back. Like if you missed a moment, you're not going to be able to record that moment. So I'm a little unexcited about that approach to things. And they have the usual like general stability improved on Switch. And sometimes we see that and sometimes we don't, even if they say it, and it feels kind of haphazard. And I would say that Update 5 really was the most stable I've seen it on Switch until last stream, when it was just the worst I've seen on Switch. And not because of, it was very stable during gameplay, and then we just kind of lost 2.5 hours. And then I lost more work after that. And then after stream, I tried it a few times, and it was real broken. But it wasn't in a familiar pattern enough that I know what's going on and know how to anticipate it the way I have with all of the usual things. Like, we know it crashes every hour and a half, say, and we take a break then, and it's fine because I lose at what, like 30 seconds, a couple minutes, maybe? But it's always been okay. But if it starts doing the crashes like it did last stream, like, I can't play the game anymore. And so if people have been experiencing that on the regular, that needs to be fixed. And then, let's see. So you haven't gotten an email back from the team after, so you sent something to them. They said they would answer shortly, and it's been a few days. I mean, it is Monday, so I wouldn't count like over the weekend for responses. Shortly for something like this, I could see being within 2 weeks, to be honest, but it's hard to tell, you know? Also, welcome in, Amy. Yeah. And then, where was it? Oh yeah, Anne was saying about the not being able to do the touch of magic in the photo contest. Like, I understand that. Let me also just, I made the window really wide when we were reading the Trello board earlier. So it's not on top of the cuttlefish. So yeah, they did give us only a little bit more. We're still waiting for the blog post that kind of details how the DreamSnaps feature actually works, but they did tell us that the Touch of Magic clothing and furniture are not compatible with the DreamSnaps thing and cannot be included in submissions in order to keep the feature a fun environment for all players. I feel like I don't really need that second part of the qualification on fun environment, but I could see a lot of reasons why they wouldn't include it. I mean, the most obvious one to me is like if you're going to use so you're using like in other photo things, and we talked about this a little earlier, so sorry if you're hearing it twice, but in other games that use a photo feature like Animal Crossing, Pokemon Snap, Tears of the Kingdom, the game knows what's in the photo. Just like in this game's a little bit not as great as it if you've done any of the photo quests. Sometimes it recognizes the thing in the picture and sometimes it doesn't. But like in Pokemon Snap and in Animal Crossing, there are certain times when the game will score your photos. So like in the Animal Crossing wedding event, you take the picture and the game knows, okay, you used this number of items that are in this theme, and because of that, we're going to give you this score. And the same thing with Pokemon Snap. It's like, okay, the Pokemon you took a picture of is this one, it's this size, it's in this pose, it's in this part of the photo, and that's how it calculates your score. So I could see DreamSnaps doing something similar if we're actually scoring these, because you'd have to have an initial, does it meet the criteria of the challenge, just like we do with the photo quests, which are sometimes buggy. But then it would also be scoring it. So if it said, you know, like, I don't know, take a picture, like make a purple room, say, I don't know that they're going to do anything like that. The game would be able to count each piece of purple furniture and give you a higher score if you used more purple furniture, let's say. But if you had Touch of Magic furniture, I feel like there's probably a way for the game to figure out, like, okay, that furniture is purple, or it does use motifs that are in this particular theme that matches what the challenge is. But I imagine that's got to be so much harder because it's not just reading in an item, it has to read in all the attributes you gave to the item. And also, a lot of us use those motifs in unexpected ways. And so if it was like, I don't know, you know how the furniture menu has all of those weird categorizations that I don't know how to use? I would bet that we are going to see them used in this feature, and the Touch of Magic furniture and clothing is not pre-categorized in that way. And so I think it would be difficult for it to be included in the scoring feature, and I think that's probably the main reason. And then the secondary reason, if you've seen me use this tool, and you've seen people on PC use this tool, we have very different experiences. And then some people don't like to use the tool at all. And then the stability of this tool has varied widely across platforms and across like the history of the game. There was a while there where I was planning on doing a whole bunch of tutorials, like here's how the tool works, here's how you make these different things. And every time I would open it, my game would just crash repeatedly. And for some people, I think that may still happen. And so they don't want to have that really unstable, unpredictable feature in there, along with, I have hit my design limit. Other people hit their design limit a while ago because the tool worked for them before. And so if we had something where you could do that, the people who are able to make the designs are going to have an advantage, I guess. So that's kind of what I'm thinking as to part of the reason that they don't have it in there, along with a simple liability thing that they could be a little concerned that, you know, on the one hand, we combine those motifs and shapes to make new ones all the time, and there's no way to know if that new shape that you made fulfills the criteria. And then on the other side of that, there's probably ways for people to make not Disney-friendly designs with the shapes. I think they've given us the shapes to kind of make sure that we're not putting profanity on there and things like that. So I think liability-wise, if you are sharing images through an in-game platform, we're probably going to have to click buttons being like, you won't share offensive bad stuff, right? And I think we had to do that to play the game too. But I imagine it's kind of also another level there that they're like, you know, it's safer to just not let you have that particular piece, but I think the automated scoring is probably the biggest thing, and then the design tool performance issues and stability that we've seen and limitations. I was really hoping in the patch notes we would see mannequins fixed. That was kind of a small one, but also design slot increase. Please, design slot increase. But there's nothing of that in here. Am really excited about the hovering energy. Is going to take, it has an 80% reduction, so those berry salads are going to last so much longer when we're gliding around the valley with our sparkle energy. I was also really surprised that we didn't see like new items. We only have a rebalance at Scrooge's, not new items at Scrooge's, which I'm like, why not? I don't know. I feel like we could definitely be adding items with every update into Scrooge's shop, not the premium shop, into Scrooge's shop. And they didn't even say that here, just the DreamSnaps prizes, Moonstones, furniture, and clothing. We don't know what kind of furniture and clothing. And then the friendship quest with Vanellope. Where is that one? It's here somewhere. But yeah, that will be earning items with Vanellope. And there's still part of me that's like, mini games? Could we see mini games? I don't think so, but always a possibility. Oh, this is very dark now. Instead of taking away the video feature, they need to focus on actual issues, the microtransactions. Okay, stability on Switch though. Stability overall is a definite issue, but yeah, the microtransactions, the overall price of Moonstones, it needs to be like 1/10 of what it is. Yeah, they do. And also if you play on Switch, I know other people on other platforms are like, well, you can always just upgrade because like the highest tier goes on sale all the time and then you can get Moonstones for a lot less. You can't do that on Switch. You can only buy one version and that's it. And if you don't have the other ones, you can't do that. But yeah, I'm still a little bit surprised that we never fixed the Moonstone prices and that the Moonstone prices haven't gone on sale. Most free-to-play games, which this is not yet, that I've played at least, there are like sales on the currency. So like you'll see it for like 1/3 of the price or something. And that's when I might buy it. Like I have a ridiculous amount of currency for some games that I don't even play anymore because it was like, if you got the game on an additional platform, they gave you a bunch of the currency. And then you'd have sales on the different platforms where you could get the in-game currency, like the Moonstones, for like way cheaper, but also their prices per item are typically less. This game has a really not nice system for that to me. It's bothersome. I don't know. There's a lot of potential, and I think that's where you get so many reactions, is because we can see the potential in this game and it just doesn't get there, and it's disappointing because you're like, wow, this could be really great if only, or hey, I would actually, a lot of free-to-play games, again, this still hasn't given us a date for that. They have a date for Disney Speedstorm, but not for this one. Maybe because so many people buy and download and play it? I don't know. Like, I didn't try Disney Speedstorm because I was not going to pay them for that. I might try it when it goes free to play. I don't know. Looks very competitive to me. Like usually if I like a free to play game, I will spend money in their shop, like kind of to support the game, and because I'm like, you know, I didn't have to pay for this, so I'm going to get the currency, and it's just random cute stuff because there's not, like, you have Pocket Camp and then everything else is like competitive, like what, like Fortnite, Pokemon Unite, things like that, and you're just doing like character customization stuff for the most part. Yes, good reminder to stretch and to sit up properly for me. What did I just get from here that should be going in this box? No, not the apples. The pricing on Speedstorm is closer to the Fall Guys prices. Okay, it's good to know. I haven't paid a lot of attention to the Fall Guys prices, but at least that one, like, I could play a ton of that game without paying anything. I did eventually because it was really hard for me to distinguish my character, so like, but you also had multiple ways to get the bonus stuff. Like, you could earn some currency in game, you had the battle pass, you had the other, like, the stuff that you'd actually buy. Oh, it's full. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Even if those, it's the combination of all of the things. Like, they have ridiculously high, like, they're not microtransactions. Like, 20 bucks, not micro. Like, that is more than I have played for some complete games that I have played. Yeah, Fall Guys once and then paid enough to not buy again. But, like, that's where if they had actually made it microtransactions, you're supposed to make microtransactions, like, small enough that you don't really think about it. They're like, oh, that's just a little bit. And then it's just a little bit more. And then just a little bit more. And that's kind of how they get you and why they're called micro, right? And so if it was actually like that, like, I figure me and probably tons of other people would have been buying into that, you know? Because, like, you give me something cute, like, is it good enough? Like, sure. No, move! Oh, I missed the coin and we missed the chest. But that is not the system that we have here. Like, what was it? All of Happy Home Paradise cost me, what, 25 bucks? Something like that? That's an entire game. Huge expansion pass. One time. So yeah, the balance there is not right. I thought it was, and I've talked to other people who kind of had the same thought early on. When it first came out, the premium shop, we were kind of annoyed because, you know, it's not free to play yet. And you can kind of understand testing mechanics and things, but then the prices were so far off, everybody thought it was a mistake. They're like, surely they're going to fix it. But then enough people bought it anyway that they have just been like, sweet, we put out the most absurd price that we could think of and people bought it. So, like, we're not gonna change it. And so now they kind of, like, it'd be awkward if they did change it. But at the same time, oh my gosh, is it ever wrong? So that's where I could see them doing the normal thing and putting currency on sale. Because that's the point where they make their money. They don't care if you're spending the moonstones only to the effect that they want you to buy more moonstones, right? Because that's when you get the income. And right now it's getting more people to buy the early access to the game, because then that's more people. That increases your player base, increases everything else, your audience for every other piece that you put in. But like a year into it, I'm a little surprised that even if it is early access, I think we all thought it would go free to play sooner than it probably is going to. And I think we all thought this game was going to be way more stable than it is too. So when you have all those things combined, like, it doesn't feel nice, you know? And that's where we did end up losing huge parts of the player base too. A lot of those things. People who stuck through kind of those stability sorts of issues. I don't know. I wonder how it would have been different if they had introduced the premium shop, which I know is like a contentious idea during early access when we have paid for the game. But if they had introduced it and it had actually been microtransactions instead of the absurdity of what it actually is. And like, yeah, I was completely boycotting it, but I did buy this castle because I wanted to see how that feature worked. But I have not bought any moonstones. I have not done that yet. Partially because I think the whole thing is not good. Even though I do support games through microtransactions and in-game currency, like this one is just done so icky. And I have no money for that. So when people see like my moonstone balance and they're like, look, you can afford it, I'm like, not if I want to do future star paths, not if I want to do anything else. Because the star path, it may look like a lot up front, you get a lot, but then because the moonstones you make back, you can do an entire star path on 400 moonstones. You have to have the right amount to pay up front, but then that's the amount of loss that you take for each star path that you actually complete. And so that to me is a nice sustainable way, given how few moonstones we get. Like that's something we could do. Wait, I need a friend. Does anybody remember seeing any of my farming buddies back here? I don't think Scar is farming. I think he might be digging or mining, something like that. Like had it been micro, I probably would have wasted more of my moonstones, but that's where the premium shop feels like a waste. It feels like offloading moonstones because of, if I compare them to like the way that moonstones are used in the star path, the amount that I can earn from doing other things in game. With it being Disney, you didn't expect anything to be free. Well, yeah, me neither. A little bit of appreciation for the people who've stuck through all the issues would be nice. That is a good point. I think it would be really cool if on, say, launch free-to-play day, anybody who's gotten it before it was free, I don't know, give us like, boost us back up, like give us a boost of our originally bought moonstones or something else like that. Like that would be neat. I wonder when that's going to happen. I thought it was sometime this year, but I'm no longer sure because it was not on the roadmap anywhere. But also, it would not be a good idea to put that on your roadmap because fewer people are going to buy it once they know it's coming. You were thinking more moonstones once a year and it ended up being 9 months. Hoping the photo thing will work. I really want the photo thing to work. I really do. And I want them to not give me more random, like more things that require moonstones. So that the balance with the photo thing actually pushes me ahead. Instead of like with the moonstone chests where I felt like, well, it didn't balance for the amount that they had in the premium shop, you know? Kind of like when you get that 1.5% supposed cost of living pay raise, but then your rent goes up like 30% or something, and you're like, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, I'm making more now, but it doesn't feel that way because I'm having to spend more too. It's got that vibe to it for me, but I'm hoping that it does get a little bit better. I'm also like, all right, so the moonstone chest, we had a 5 times increase to get us to like 50. Now we've got, is this just a doubling of our weekly moonstone thing? Why does nobody want to farm with me? I guess I haven't been down to the glade yet. Maybe there's a fun chest down there for us. And like, yeah, with that analogy, I strongly, I kind of felt that way too. If you look at reactions from different people, like some people only saw the increase and they were like, well, you don't have to have the nice things, you know? But I will because I already had more money on my own, and it turns into like some not so great discussions with the way that you would see it kind of approached, because I don't know, some of the things I like about video games are when they do put all the players on as equal footing as possible and give you kind of different creative outlets, different ways to solve problems in game, and make it so that the most people possible can kind of benefit from the parts of the game and kind of be involved in it. That's where I like I like Tears of the Kingdom better than Breath of the Wild for me. It was like I'm not going to play it. But Tears of the Kingdom has creative ways that you can kind of get around some of the things. Could it do it even more inclusively? Sure. But because there's more than one way to solve the problem, more people can kind of enjoy that game. And so any of the times that something relies on something outside of the game itself, like, I don't know, especially money, because you have such a diversity in that for players, I'm like, you're kind of undoing some of the stuff that I like about things then. I don't know. And I know it always happens to a degree with some games, especially free-to-play games. But like, the degree in this game is just like, come on now. Like, you did it bad here and we could fix it maybe. And I do think that they try, but I also, like, I can also recognize that, like, budgets for game development and timelines for game development are ridiculous. Like, and so sometimes they do just need money, and you can't really easily get it from a lot of places other than your player base. So how do you get it from your player base without alienating your player base? And like not compromising your game and things. It gets complicated really quickly. All right. I still haven't found, yeah, never mind. I swear sometimes I feel like the button pushing sequences for things in this game really change. Like sometimes I can hit B to get out of conversations and sometimes that doesn't work. B on the Switch is the typical like go back button. My goodness. I have been playing Dinkum lately, which is it's a PC game that I play in weird ways on a Mac with an Xbox controller or with the Pro controller. But all the buttons are definitely set up for Xbox. Is Ariel? No, Ariel's probably foraging. You're foraging. I'm still looking for a farmer. It's so hard to go back and forth, and I don't know why I can't just always reprogram the buttons because I like playing with an Xbox controller for the games that aren't on Switch, but I hate the way that they have the buttons labeled wrong to me because they're different than on the Switch. Like the letters are the same, but they label different buttons. And it's not like the location of the buttons still does the same action. It is so confusing going in between. Why do I have so little energy? Yeah, I don't know. Where's... Where did everybody go? See, anytime I'm gonna like pick up all the things, but I'm trying not to pick up all the things. Not that it matters, but we already did pick up a bunch of stuff. Is everybody on the beach? Where have I not been? Maybe we should just try to make the racetrack again, huh? Should we farm pumpkins or try to make the racetrack? I feel like I have enough sugar now. Simba farm? If I don't find a farmer in this lap, I might just switch over to trying to build a Vanellope racetrack. Do you farm? I don't remember what you do, sir. No, you mine.
So long.
Well, the turtle got all the way up here. I don't have any seaweed in my pocket for him. I just wanted to farm some pumpkins efficiently. Also, this one. So we did make this on stream, but it was embedded in one of the update streams. Should I take this? Like, I could do a speed build / tutorial for making the pool if people want it. I have a lot of recordings of making rugs that some have been on stream, some haven't, that I've been looking at. Maybe it's farmer lunchtime? I don't know. Do I really want to harvest pumpkins? Or do I want to try to make a track and have the game crash? Those feel like my options right now. Okay, so I think Mirabelle and Mickey are both farmers. So maybe we'll do some farming. The cuttlefish is really a little bit slow to react, I think, today. Yeah, okay. Sorry you're hungry and I'm not making you any salmon. Maybe I pick the smaller pumpkin patch instead of the giant one. Or we could do like half of the giant one. I don't remember how far off I am or like how much money I have. I wanted to see if I could jump the night thorn and I feel like I sort of did. But also I didn't really think, oh, I have to replant them if I pick them though. The little piece of, I put an end cap on this and then the game ate it. So we don't have it anymore. But there's room here for one horizontal rug, but not one more vertical one. Which means, because the treehouse is in the way. Oh, it's raining. This is good for being able to plant. It is also a little like tiny bit scary because I'm like, that's more animations going in the game that make me think like, is the game gonna be able to handle it or not? I think I should probably pick those up after this row. I wonder if I should like plant as I go to try to take advantage of that rain, or if that's like, I feel like since the last update I say that the game should be fine with that, but I'm back to being super like uncertain of the game after the past couple things it's done. I feel like the streetlights should turn on when it's raining and dark. Like they turn on, I know, at a certain time of day when the game thinks that it's dark. But like they could do the thing just like with your headlights. If your windshield wipers are on, your headlights are on. Like do that. Mostly because I like them and I don't want to have to keep turning them on individually. I wouldn't mind if they stayed on all the time either. The music up here is kind of fun. I need to get better at like running through to pick these up in time. I wish they wouldn't despawn so that I could just do the whole pumpkin patch and then pick them up without having to worry about having to go like one by one. Let me click and pick it up that way. But how did we stop being so inefficient? I thought I clicked on a different pumpkin than this one. Okay, fine. This is a huge pumpkin patch, and for the most part I haven't had much trouble with it on the Switch. Like I used to in this area. But this has been fine. I hope that there is not a I know I put it in as a suggestion, but I hope there's not a DreamSnaps pumpkin patch picture again, now that I've gotten rid of our pumpkin patch dragon that we made on stream. In favor of this like super normal thing. Which is way easier to navigate than when I had the dragon and had all those bushes in the middle. And I would randomly find a villager had spawned into like one of the one squares that was in the middle of the dragon where I couldn't reach them and they couldn't get out. This is definitely a more friendly design. Okay, that's a lot of pumpkins I missed, huh? Can grab those later, or maybe they'll just stay there. At least I don't have to worry about accidentally picking up the rugs when I'm picking up pumpkins. Just leaving those. Alright, this has gone kind of faster than I expected, so maybe we do go grab the rest of the pumpkins that are up here. So we know Disney Speedstorm goes free to play in September, right? Do we have an actual date or do we just know September? I haven't really been keeping up on news for that game. But I remember seeing September at least somewhere. Which I think was official stuff, not just somebody thinking out loud kind of stuff. You know what we're gonna do? We are going to plant there since it is raining, because this is gonna either water all of our crops, which is what I want it to do, or the rain is gonna stop to spite me, which would be okay too, I guess. Yeah, I'm under 2 million, which is not where I want to be. I like having more than 2 million and then always keeping like, seriously, we tried to go right there. Always keeping 2 million as like my buffer amount. Why is it? We might crash. Because there were like 3 actions there that did not go as expected. We'll have to see. It might be fine, and I hope so. Switch hands with this. Use my not busted thumb. I'm so happy to not have to water some of these pumpkins for once. This makes it feel like it was the right decision to work on the pumpkin patch a little bit. What else are folks doing to prep for the update that's coming on Wednesday morning? I feel like maybe I should be really thinking about where to put our house. I thought I would get an idea by now of what would make sense for me, and I really don't know. So I was thinking our next stream of this game will be on Wednesday when the update drops so we can do the whole thing. But really, if they release the, they've been promising a blog post that goes through kind of how the DreamSnaps update all works. If that's tomorrow, maybe we'll stream going through that tomorrow and doing just a little bit in game. I'm not sure. I had been thinking of maybe a different game either tonight or tomorrow, but we'll see. Thought we would turn that corner and keep on going with the pumpkins. And all that brick pathing behind me, those are all rugs that we did on stream too. Is it really gonna stay raining for the whole time we get to plant this? It'd be so nice if we could do the other side too. Oh, I am running out of energy. Should probably craft more berry salad too. Let's see. I feel like it doesn't matter as much when I'm doing this part. Yeah, I was hoping it made me faster because I want it to, but I think in reality it doesn't. Hi Rosie, thanks for stopping by. Rosie streams on Twitch and has a YouTube channel. Also, Brooke, who is in here, also streams on YouTube. If you're looking for more folks to check out. Oh, got these two. Do you think we can do the other side before the rain stops and actually get it planted without having to water everything? I should put away the watering can. I should also save in the hopes that it does something in terms of actually saving. Oh, I had not been paying attention to those, I guess. Oh, change outfit is on there. Should we get another, like, 50? Changing into... Oh, if you weren't here for the beginning of stream, one of the things that the patch note said is this dress that I am wearing, the Rapunzel dress, being able to customize it is going away. And it is, if you've already customized it the way that I have, actually we're in pumpkins, so let's wear the orange one like the pumpkins. All those designs will go away. So I'm trying to decide how much I want to tempt the game to completely glitch by continuing to wear my customized Rapunzel dress, and it's also on like 4 or 5 mannequins in my house. So I'm kind of curious what happens to all of them. They said they're going to delete the designs with the next update, but like what happens if you're wearing them or if they're on a mannequin? It seems like I should probably just delete them to avoid any issues. But I'm also like, but I like them. They want to take them away. I want them to do the deleting. Which is probably dangerous, given the stability of the game already. More? Are you done throwing pumpkins at me? Can I collect some more now? Oh, you have to buy school supply? That's so fun, though. Back to school shopping was, like, super fun. I just remember, like, cutting out all the different coupons and things for Walgreens, looking at the different stores, trying to, like, get cute stuff that was as cheap as possible. But, like, I remember thinking Walgreens was amazing as a kid for school shopping because they always had, like, cheap, cute stuff. Bank account is screaming. I could see that. You also have multiple to have to do that for, too. And I imagine they're much more expensive than they were when I was just, like, you know, 5 and getting coupons so I could get pencils for, like, whatever, 10 cents or something. You have tax-free weekends late in summer for back-to-school stuff? Ah, smart. I feel like there should just be a thing for, like, I don't know. All teacher and student supplies should just always be tax-free. At least if you go to, like, public school or something. And honestly, you shouldn't have to buy anything. I feel like that should be supplied by the school. Oh yeah, 3 kids. That's a lot. Oh, the backpacks. Yeah, I was thinking like pencils and notebooks or something, but backpacks are really expensive. Do backpacks not last more than one school year? Like, I have no frame of reference anymore because it's been a while since I've been, like, in grade school. Yeah, timesing everything by 3. Oh my gosh. Should just have, like, a back-to-school throne. Oh, we got a memory orb that time. I thought I would have gotten, like, all of the farming ones by now, because that's the one thing I actually do a ton of in-game. I like how you can only see Olaf's head over the pumpkins when he's standing in the pumpkin patch. I think he may have the best dialogue in the game. Nala's head going with every time I pick a pumpkin. Wait, I should probably pick some of these up. I've already missed some of them. No. I mean, at least in this area, I don't mind decorating with the pumpkins so much. Okay, I don't think that actually helped me very much because I don't have great control when gliding. I feel like I had gotten good at it for a little bit and then just got really bad at it again. I know, I have teachers who do the, like they used to make Amazon wish lists for their classrooms because I had friends who would teach in like inner city and they didn't have like books. And so when I was working and stuff, like I would buy them classroom sets of like books that they wanted to read and stuff. And they would just share it on social media with their friends. So I'm like, why not for for other things, you know, for the kids side of it? Because there's also just plenty of people who don't have those expenses. Not saying it'd be reliable, but never know. There's one more. At least these will fill in some of the little empty spaces there. Oh, it did stop raining. Okay. We got a couple randomly planted with the rain without having to water them. But I also know, like, as a kid, it's fun to go and, like, look at stuff. I don't know if that's the case anymore. How much do you think we're gonna make from this pumpkin patch? I have so many random pumpkins already planted because I keep on just hitting the plant button some part way through. Should also... The path is looking very full of pumpkins right now, which means they are going to lose their sparkle pretty soon. Become much harder to pick up. You know what I wouldn't mind is like a button where you could re-enable that, like things that I haven't dropped. Maybe even things I have dropped, I don't know. But like, let me click a button to like re-enable the like pick up all the stuff that other things have dropped so that I can run around and get it without having to click the button each time after it's done. I don't know if I should pick up the ones that that I've missed because they would be good for the coins, or if I should just leave them because, you know, they're not bad decorating. And like, maybe I'll pick up some of the ones along the path. Although I feel like they could work too. Okay, Scar has claimed that pumpkin as his, so I guess we'll leave it there for him. He's, yep, that's his. We've got some over here. No, I wanna... Can I pick these up, please? I feel like we haven't gotten as many of those, the gold glowy ones, as we did when we were doing the sugar. I feel like Fairy Godmother was a very good farming buddy. I wonder if their newness or anything has something to do with it, or if it's just like random perception. Ugh, no. Okay. Oh, you know what? I need to save because we just did a ton of farming, and I don't want to have to do it again if I can help it. Okay. And now we replant it because I don't want to have to redig this pumpkin patch another time. It'd be great if it just rained again. Oh, I can see the Darkwood has respawned, so I need to remember to pick that up too. Oh, so that's the bench from the Fairy Godmother quest and that we saw in kind of one of the previews for Update 5. And it has the little sparkles around it just like it did in Cinderella, like in the movie, when Fairy Godmother is about to like materialize on it and meet Cinderella. That's kind of a neat effect. The teapot that we got has steam coming out of it, but do we have other items in game that have little effects like that? I'm trying to think, but I can't think of many. It's not the direction I would have expected, but I guess that was kind of smart as a way to get around that one. Interesting path. Why are we going so slow though? Too many choices of where to plant the next pumpkin, maybe? So what are thoughts for how Vanellope might end up getting into the game? It sounds like they would have told us if it was a realm door, right? But do you think it's going to be like in the mines? Do you think it's going to be something like Stitch? Where we have like items and follow a quest? I wonder if they're going to put time locks on it. Like I was kind of happy that we didn't have that much in the way of time locks for the last update. There's more pumpkins that are planted back there that I didn't even notice. I might need to buy more pumpkin seeds. I've only got 70-something left. I don't think I guess I have no idea how many pumpkins are in this patch. Because I did change it a bit, because we went from the dragon to just having some sort of a patch over here, and now we have the path down the middle of it. And I filled some of it in, but I don't know how many are actually here. Which one's going to be most efficient? This one, maybe? Where is it? Wait, why did I... Oh, I hit a planted one. Let's fill in these 3 before I do the rest. So I'm gonna forget that there's these random empty ones back here. Okay, where do I need to go? These. What? What did my character just even do? I also wonder, like, is Vanellope, say you're early game or you're just starting out, are you going to be able to unlock Vanellope right away and participate in DreamSnaps right away? Or is it something that you have to be to a certain part of the game before you can actually use those kinds of things? Before you can get Vanellope in game? Or could she be like one of your first, like, half a dozen villagers or something? Oh, I'm out. I am out of pumpkin seeds. You know what? I'm gonna save before I buy the rest of them because I still planted quite a few right then. How many did I buy the first time? Like 300-ish? No, why? The Joy-Con did not move over, so I bought like 1 pumpkin seed instead of like 99. Yeah, well, you said if they were going to be 30 apiece, then you had 3. Yep, 90. Maybe they should just rotate each year who gets a new backpack and who just, they get to use theirs or some of the ones that other people have used in the past. Oh, they come with lunchboxes and water bottles? Okay. I mean, that's honestly not too bad of a deal, because to do those separate would be way more. This feels so inefficient on this part, watering these. You know, I didn't mean to water these, but now that I'm doing it, I am just gonna keep going. Oh yeah, they tear them up throughout the year. Makes sense. I mean, as a kid, like, your backpack is everything. It goes with you everywhere. And you're expected to carry so much stuff around. And they have laptops. Are they, so if they have laptops, aren't your kids like little and they're still laptops? Do they still have to carry like the super heavy textbooks and things? I remember somebody at our school got hit by a car. And their textbooks saved them because it was so thick and in their backpack at the time. That's where I'm like, I remember textbooks being like ridiculous. But if you had a laptop, maybe you're using like an e-text. Kindergartners with laptops? Oh my gosh. I mean, I assume they've got to have like a special OS or something. Yeah, we definitely did like nothing with technology as kindergartners. That was also like a long time ago now. I guess once you got to regular elementary school, there were like classes, but they didn't like give you stuff to do things. Everything digital, so they don't have the paper textbooks that are like seriously out of date and stuff, and that they have to like lug around multiple of and remember all of them and have to carry them everywhere and injure themselves, build muscles. I do much better personally with digital textbooks and books in general. So there was a class I was taking and it had both. Like you got the digital if you bought the physical, but that's the only way you could get it. And so for part of it, I was doing the physical and you'd have like the test and stuff on it. And I did okay on everything. But then I hurt my hand and I couldn't take notes by hand anymore, which I was with the physical book because it felt weird to have that in my computer open. So I switched to the e-text and I could read chapters faster. I could highlight them in there. It would like pull out all my notes for me. And I got perfect scores on all of the tests with that. And I was like, screw this. I've always hated paper textbooks anyway. And just went with the e-text and it was so much better. But I know like people say all the time that that's not the case and people do better with the paper books and stuff and shouldn't be eliminating them. I'm like, well, for me personally, I have a miniature study where that was exactly the opposite. I used to carry around like 40 pounds of books in high school. Yeah, I remember us like trying to stand on a scale with our backpack to kind of measure it because we're like, this is way too heavy. And it really feels like it's something like that. It's like absurd. Like you could get it imbalanced, especially if you were like smaller to where you're kind of like falling over. I remember some of the smaller kids after me like would wear like two so that you'd have one on the front too. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wait, so if you... I wonder if you start to associate... Because I know, I've talked to some people, it's kind of like, you know how some devices, it's like, that's a school thing, or that's a work thing, or that's a thing I do for fun, and when you cross boundaries between them, it's like, no. So I wonder, depending on the types of devices that you have to use for school, and that you're issued for school, do you start to see them as like, that's a school thing, and so you wouldn't like use it for fun, or you wouldn't use it for your own creative work or doing other things? All right, so we got a whole harvest of sugar. We replanted the sugar. We got a whole harvest of pumpkins, replanted the pumpkins, 2 rounds of dark wood. I feel like it should have been more. Okay, I have a ton of pumpkin seeds still. Oh, we haven't sold the pumpkins. I think I wasn't real careful because I wasn't planning on doing all of them. I was focused on the rain. And I haven't picked up all the pumpkins because their sparkly stuff despawned and it bothered me. Let's pick these. Yeah, sure. We can plant that. I guess we're going one by one. Can we pick this, please? But I haven't sold them yet, so we still have to see how much this made from this harvest. I think I should be able to be over my 2 million mark with these. I'm not really sure. because I have also bought a ton of pumpkin seeds that maybe I didn't need to buy. Should we just leave these or pick them up? Maybe I'll pick up some of them. I don't really want stuff spawning back there. Oh, those are cute. We've got some planted here, so maybe I don't need all of these along this. And the ones on the path I could go kind of either way. This one's in front of a bench, so I'll pick that one up. Okay, she just dropped those. Do we leave Scar's pumpkin there by the house? Maybe. I don't think I could drop anything quite that close to it. Did sort of like that one, but it's in my hand now. All right, let's sell pumpkins. How many do you think it'll be? Or how much do you think it'll be? I don't have a good sense of whether this is a lot or not. I'm gonna sell that pebble too, so I know that's gonna throw off our total. I need to do something with these seeds. Oh, I have 2 other pumpkin growing areas in my valley. We haven't done those yet, but I feel like we're not going to need to. Oh, yeah, almost 600,000. So, really, game? It wasn't that much. It wasn't like 6 million. It was under 600,000. You can afford that. It's not like it's moonstones. So I'm thinking probably, you know, unless it did another one of the really weird, awful, didn't save ever things, that we should be at the point where all the pumpkins are planted and watered, and all of those pumpkins I just picked are still in my pocket, and I just need to sell them again. That's what I'm thinking is where we should be at. We're at the 3-hour mark, which means we're back to a really similar every hour and a half or so having the crash, which is just that reminder to like stretch and have water and stuff. Our last crash during stream, we did lose a little bit more progress than I'm used to, but not like the issue with last stream where it was like everything. I'm gonna put you on the be right back screen, so stretch, get water, and I will be right back. thanks for stopping by. All right. Do I have a pocket full of pumpkins right now? Yes. Okay. Are the pumpkins up there planted and watered? If this goes as it should be and we're back to usual crashing, they should still be planted and watered and everything is fine. Yes? Right? All right. That was just a typical crash. No problem. I haven't done this. Oh, I didn't want that. I wanted this. Just a coin. That's fine. I'm just picking stuff and then we're gonna go sell the pumpkins. Is there anything else that would make sense? Did you? Oh, hey, there's a chest back here that I hadn't seen. I thought the fairy godmother cart back there was another chest. It is a pouch. Is it going to be something new? Is that a furniture pouch too? Do you think it's going to be... It's a furniture pouch. Do you think it's going to be something new and exciting and interesting, or is it going to be like a kitchen counter, a couch, or a bed? Let's find out. What? It's actually a new thing, and it's not like just a new piece of a kitchen counter. A test your strength game? Oh my gosh, I made one of those in Animal Crossing for a carnival build that I did. Just love the cuttlefish. Feel free to keep with the cuttlefish commands every now and then. I forget because I have to type them in, and then I feel like people don't know that the cuttlefish can do cute things. So the cuttlefish will say hi to you the first time that you chat and stream, and will say bye to you if you've chatted in stream on the ending screen. I wanted the flower, but I'll take this too. And then also does a bunch of stuff. Like if somebody new subscribes to the channel, it won't say your name, but it'll do a little thanks and a wave. I'm trying to think if there are other automatic ones versus the ones that we can type in. I don't know if these are the ones that I picked up before, or if this is new. It'd be nice if these were new spawns. Does wood respawn every time that you restart the game? Because that would be one way to seriously force it. Oh yeah, check the cloud save and do a regular save too. You're up to 13. I feel like I should put in a save command. So let's do the regular save and see where the cloud save thinks we're at. An hour and a half and 1 second. All right. So yeah, like I said, my cloud save only ever registers that the last time you cloud saved was it's basically telling me the last time that I logged into the game, and not the end of that time period, but the beginning of that time period. Which is why I say that this is fake. Because you'll see me do it all the time. I don't know. Remind me to put down the thing that we found in the furniture pouch after I sell these. Also, good reminder to make sure that you have the resolution on YouTube set to what you want. Sometimes YouTube will change it down to like 144p, and that you're live. So let's sell this. And we were like just under 600,000, I think. I need to put the pumpkin seeds away this time. We didn't get to after selling the pumpkins because the crash happened right as I sold all the pumpkins last time. I'm gonna sell the ginger because I don't think I need it, and the leek seed, which I have not needed one. I feel like this is fewer. I thought it was like 590 something last time. Did I miss a stack of
Hana
pumpkins?
means family. Family means
Stitch
nobody
is
is
so
left
cute.
behind.
I guess it's a,
Or
I don't know. I wonder if I missed picking up a few of them. Not that one. This one. Don't I have a pumpkin chest too? Oh no, it's all in the same one. Still love that button. I still have some of those egg seeds too. Ah, see? So those couple of pumpkins that I picked towards the end before it crashed, those were not picked yet, and then the couple that I had picked up. So we do have a few more. Might leave like one there. And then, what other ones might I have picked up? Like this one? One in front of the bench. I guess it makes enough of a difference. And I guess I would have left those there. Yeah, let's sell these two.
Hey there.
There we go. That brings us up to where I was, and I'm gonna save now that we've actually sold those. I'm gonna fake cloud save again. And then let's go see what that new furniture item actually looks like. I'm not sure where to put it. It feels like it could almost go in the arcade, even though it's not really an arcade game. Oh, okay, wasn't expecting that. We have one more piece of wood. Do we have any more? Just the one. I'll take the one. That's a stack of 14 on the end. Maybe we just put it here for now. Furniture mode. And then we'll have to scroll all the way to the bottom to find it. I don't know which category it's going to end up being in. I am so used to doing custom. I just went straight to that menu, not even thinking about it. I feel like I haven't gotten a new item, like an exciting thing that's not one of the standards, in a while. I also just haven't been finding the chests that often, but when I do, they're typically been coins. I think towards the start of the update, I was getting pretty lucky with them having stuff in them, but it'd be like a pair of socks. I went too far. Here it is. Still need to use the pumpkin lamp somewhere too. I wonder if we could interact with it. No, we're definitely not going to be able to interact with it, even though it totally looks like we could. Oh, it's like Pixar themed. You should let me... Come on. This feels like I should be able to do something with it. Let's see. You know, hit the thing. Hit the thing. You can do it. If we put it like next to a rock or something, can we make it look like we're hitting it? Do I have a random rock? Not one of the ones on the side, but the out in the world rocks. I feel like I either have a ton of them or like none at all. I have not been doing resource gathering runs, especially in this biome. I feel a little bit like I should. I kind of want to be feeding all the critters because I feel like they still have more motifs for me because I kind of stopped after unlocking them. But they haven't been dropping things this update like they usually do, so I've kind of still not been doing it. forget that there's achievements for harvesting the new Dreamlight fruit. I feel like I still do whenever I see the tree just because it's so rare, and if I ever need a bunch of it, I feel like harvesting it ahead of time is kind of necessary. I forget that this tree is back here and can still spawn stuff. If I put enough things around a tree, it'll just stop dropping wood, right? And then the wood will go to one of the other trees instead. Does it always spawn from the oldest tree? I feel like it might be the way that the wood spawns work, but I don't remember. Should probably get rid of some of the bones. I kind of wish I could move them because I think they'd be fun to intentionally decorate with. I figured the vanilla and the cocoa from this biome could also be useful for Vanellope. That was confusing. Not the... Another one of these? Alright, anything else I should grab in this biome? Probably not. Oh, I love that. Like, hitting the X button once you open a chest, it is so nice. Just like, see your pockets empty again. Everything all cleared out. We'll do these some more. Should we harvest the rest of the pumpkins and just get all the money? I let my buddy go, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. I crashed. And so they're gone. Oh, wait. You're here.
Hello.
All right, let's harvest these pumpkins just so that I've done all the things I could do and have a ridiculous amount of coins that I don't need. Let's get out of the trees first. This used to be a little bit bigger. It's gotten a little smaller now, but I think we've more than made up for it in the Forgotten Lands with that giant pumpkin patch up there. Oh, whoops, I missed it. Okay, I got one extra. I guess I'm just not feeling like I need every single pumpkin this time after the harvest we just had. That was a lot of pumpkins. Oh, I missed that one. Ooh, more of the soil. Oh, you know what I should be doing? I didn't even think of this. I should be mining in the mine to get more of the crystal, because if there's something where I need like one of the growing potions, I'm gonna need the crystal in order to make it. Let me just check on what I have, because that's probably one of the things, like all of those ingredients for the different speeded up potions, those are things that I want to make sure that I have before any update drops, because I tend to end up using them. Let's see. Let's pickaxe, let's bait. All right, oh, it's this one. Okay, so I do have some, but this is one of the things that if you don't have these ingredients, like those are things that I would stock up on before updates, because it's helped me like get through the update and around some time locks faster. So the rich soil is from, I think, just regular harvesting. That's what I've been picking up along with the pumpkins. Dreamlight, you know, you have to make Dreamlight. I'm still not back up to where I was before wasting a bunch on the chests, but I'm in pretty good shape there. And then the Vitalis crystal is from mining in the mines. I've only used the pickaxe one like once, and that's the onyx that you get from mining, and again, that same crystal. The bait I've used, the red algae, which you have to get randomly from fishing, and again the crystal, which is why the crystal is so important. And then, oh, I don't think I've really used the shovel that much. I used it once to see how well it worked, and it's a huge difference. If you suddenly need like the snowballs, using this potion, digging in the Forgotten Land or in the Frosted Heights, amazing, so helpful. But again, the crystal and then the dry wood. But the one that I tend to use the most is definitely the growing one. when I need to grow things really quickly. I've used the pickaxe one once, and that was helpful. I've used the fishing one when we had the star path duties where you had to catch, you know, like 10 of whatever the really difficult fish is that's only found in the golden bubbles. This potion, so easy. The problem is if you put this potion on and you're like need to catch lesser fish, then you kind of can't until you use up the potion. But that's where I found the fishing tasks in the most recent star path, the current one, to be so much harder than some of the ones in the past because it was catching fish from the blue circles, and there's no real way to speed up the blue circles the way that you can for the gold ones. And so that was more challenging to me because I couldn't like use the potion and there wasn't a great way to strategize for it. What? Why is there like one watered pumpkin back here? How does that how does that even happen? Oh, I just put away all my pumpkin seeds, didn't I? I know I have a chest down here. I don't remember what it's in. And all of this wood back here is dropped because I decided I didn't need any more softwood spawning. And so that way, like all of these plaza trees that I have out here, they no longer drop wood. So it's not just cluttering everything up because I can get the softwood in other biomes, so I don't really need it here. And I wanted to see if it worked, and it totally worked. Oh, there's one more pumpkin I missed. I have not been able to get the spices to stop spawning yet. If anybody comes up with a trick for that, let me know. I've tested a few different things. So far, nothing has worked. Actually, do I want to sell these or do I want to keep them? I probably have enough in storage. I really thought we'd get some task from Fairy Godmother that required a whole bunch of pumpkins, so I've been saving some pumpkins every now and then just in case, and then we didn't end up needing them for her. It was helpful last Halloween when we had some of those challenges. One of them was like, you know, have 100 pumpkins or something like that, and I just took them out of the chest and it was like checked off. I wonder a little if we could see Vanellope doing some sort of a glitchy type thing, sort of the way that like Minnie did with the here and there. If she like bounces back and forth between it. Or if she's just gonna be trapped or we find her somewhere. There's so many possibilities. Just 2 more days though. And then we find out more. I'm just hoping there aren't Stitch style time locks on it. Because I like to know what's going on. And with that one, the only way you knew was by people doing things that you're not supposed to do in the game. And that means to me that the game kind of failed to provide information to players. That is what the roof looks like up close. I'd also really like it if they updated... Oh, I thought we were going the other way, which we can't do. If they'd update it so that you could place down multiple of the player houses. Like, I have the green one. I want to be able to place the pink one somewhere else as like a second house to be able to decorate. Because even if I set my main house, if you bought a premium shop skin and you set your main house as that premium shop skin, you still can't place down the player house as a secondary house. Why can't I? Oh, is that... Can you see this? Remy is standing inside of that pumpkin plant there, and so I wasn't able to walk forward, but he blends in so much. I was so confused. I was like, I'm definitely watering the place where I want to be watering, but I can't move forward. All right, those are set. And then I have one more pumpkin patch that's down here. Actually, let me save because I have not done so in a little bit. And we will fake cloud save because it's just what I do at this point. All right, I think these are my last pumpkins. If I start this way, can we do it all in one button push? I feel like probably not, but like maybe?
Don't forget, dear.
Wonder when we're gonna see more at Skull Rock. Because we got a little bit of something there, and I kept thinking that in this update we were gonna get a little bit more. And so for the longest time, I was just like waiting for that time lock to be up, and then it never was. Hey, we haven't seen the Forgotten at all during stream today. I usually see them each time I log in and try to talk to them just in case there's some sort of friendship building that I'm unaware of. But I haven't seen them this time. They might be back at the Dark Castle. I wonder a tiny bit if we'll get any updates to Skull Rock, but they haven't said so. I don't think it would make any sense for Vanellope to be there, but maybe? Have a fast travel point between that and the mines or something. Or the Forgotten Lands. But that felt like the weirdest part of Update 5 to me, to get like as close as we did and do that thing that we did, especially with the randomness of how we got that orb and then have it be nothing else. Like it felt like, no, more is coming, right? Like we're gonna do more and soon. And then it just wasn't. Does anyone remember what the Skull Rock pillar is called? Like, what is it the pillar of? I'm really bad at remembering those. Almost done with these pumpkins, and then we can sell them and plant more. Are you done throwing the pumpkins now? There's one on that side too.
Oh, well, Hakuna Matata.
Alright, I'm gonna save before we plant this pumpkin patch. I'm hoping I have enough in my pocket in that if I don't, that they're gonna be in the chest that's like right next to me, so I don't have to go all the way back. Oh, you're calling it 5B? I've been like summer update, update 6, the DreamSnaps update. But yeah, Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. and we'll be streaming it. Starting sometime between 9 and 11, because I'll make sure that it fully downloads and restart my Switch before starting stream. So depending on how quickly it downloads and stuff, we'll be streaming the update on Wednesday when it comes out. Also, welcome in, Peter.
I am not who I used to be. I'm not that scared cub anymore.
I should also make more berry salad. I haven't done that. I might just do that off stream though, because that's just a lot of button clicking. I feel like that's still the most efficient. That was a weird visual. It would be nice if the trees could just turn transparent sometimes when I'm trying to look through them via the camera. At least we lucked out here with it being raining, so I won't have to water all of these. That's kind of nice. I'm appreciating the rain today. I am gonna need more pumpkin seeds in this, aren't I? So close to this being replanted. I'm gonna have Remy go so he doesn't... Okay, I would if he'd talk to me, which he won't right now for whatever reason. Oh. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna plant random other stuff here instead. Because I don't want to go all the way back to the Forgotten Lands to buy more pumpkin seeds. But I don't want to have to dig more holes, so or waste this rain. Okay, I know I missed one spot here. The way that planting versus tool use works is still every now and then confusing to me, the way that you have to stand directly on top of it. Since when does that spawn wood? In order to plant, but like behind it to use the tool. All right, did I miss any? I feel like this patch is done now. So let's save it. And then we can see what's in the memory orbs and sell the pumpkins that I just picked. Come on and save. Right, saved. So now we can try the memory orbs. Gotten quite a few. I guess like 3. Oh, hey, that one's finally complete. I've said this before, but early game, I really thought that these were going to be the way that we would unlock different characters and things. Like, I thought these would be really important, that you'd have to complete this, and now that you did, you could get, like, Rapunzel and Pascal, and that's how they would get to game. And then they turned out to be, like, nothing. You know, you can display them in the frame, which is kind of cool. But they didn't really have the functionality that I expected. Oh, this one's just a coin. That makes sense. All right, and selling pumpkins. How much are these gonna be worth?
Hi there, pal.
You know, I'm gonna sell the fruit I have too. So I know that's gonna throw off our balance. I keep the salmon and the lobster in my pocket for feeding the foxes to get some iron and feeding that blasted pink crocodile who just refuses to be my friend. Unless, did I finally get it? I don't think I did. To check. All right, we're above 2.5 million. I feel like that's a really good place to be in. Especially since we, based on the patch notes, we're not expecting anything new in Scrooge's shop other than maybe a little bit less repetition. I'd like it if my some of the stuff that got taken away comes back. That'd be nice. I should put these seeds back down where I got them, but I think isn't one of these a seed? There we go. It was closer. Let's go grab another Darkwood harvest. in case I need that for something. But I think that should have replenished. And since it's raining again, I guess it hasn't been long enough, right? It hasn't been 2 hours since we planted the pumpkins up here. Oh, we only have 3? It felt like there should have been more by now. Haha. Or like right on time because the tree is like actively spawning them while I'm here. Where does my white wood go? Does it go down here? This biome has some, right? So I am stuck. Yeah, so we did a bunch of sugar. So I have both harvested and currently planted sugar. We got a bunch more vanilla, some cocoa too. Oh, that's my farming one, right? I'm gonna need another chest up here soon. And we did pumpkins, so I have more coins. I haven't remade the racetrack yet. We did get this from a pouch, but I think we'll end here. So if they drop a lot of details tomorrow, like we did just do patch notes today, so if you missed them, beginning of the stream has patch notes. I might still make it its own video, I'm not sure. They have said they're going to have a blog post that explains like all the details about how the DreamSnaps feature works. So I could see them dropping that tomorrow, but I could also see them waiting until update day on Wednesday. So we might stream when that comes out just to go over it and then do a little bit in game. I might stream later tonight after 8 or sometime tomorrow with a different game. But then Wednesday is update day. It drops at 9. So sometime between 9 and 11, we will start and play the update. Probably all day or until we hit a time lock, unless something else happens, which, you know, sometimes does. But that is the plan right now. So hopefully I'll see you back here on Wednesday for that. Thanks everybody for joining me. And yeah, have a good rest of your day.